Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sandbox Saturday stream. I'm Alex Flores, aka Kamisazi, joined here in voice, mind, body, and soul by Lucas is right. How you doing, Lucas?
Alex, I am good. I've got all this pent up Wednesday energy, and it's a Saturday stream, so we got to get it out. I mean, we don't. It's scientifically proven that I will pop, and we've all seen Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
We know that's not going to end well for anyone. So
Right.
let's do this.
Yeah, you've got the blue shirt on and everything. We're just expecting to like roll you away. Violet.
I mean, I
Beauregard?
don't want it to happen. Yeah, Violet Beauregard. Yeah.
Beauregard? Yeah. All right. How's everybody's weekend going so far? This is going to be like a variety stream. We've got a bunch of different things to talk about, things that I wanted to talk about on Wednesday. It didn't happen, new things that are coming up, and covering some things that we missed on, was it last Saturday? We did the 0.10 update?
It was last Saturday, I believe. I could be wrong. It
That
could have
feels
been
like
6
way
months
more than
ago.
a week ago. I think that
Feels like it was a lifetime ago.
It would have been a Wednesday. It had to, because Saturday I wasn't here. It was Wednesday last week.
Was I here?
You streamed with Panda on Saturday.
Did.
Because I was at a music
That's
thing
right.
with my kids.
That's right. It's all coming back to me.
Yeah,
It's
all coming back to you
coming
now.
back to me. Yeah.
There were
That was a
flashes
fun
of light, and I don't remember how the rest of that song goes.
We did the Vox Edit Awards ceremony.
Oh,
We get to stare at all the amazing art that our community had thrown at us, and I really enjoy that. I love seeing the talent just pour out.
All right. So, speaking of events, we've got a game jam going on. This is the Impact Game Jam with Radical Exchange. Let's read about this. I'm gonna share the event in the chat. All right. So join us for a game jam in the Sandbox and enter a vibrant ecosystem where gaming meets culture and your wildest dreams become your new reality. Work alongside your favorite brands and a diverse group of creators ranging from fresh-faced UGC builders and artists to professional studios. The Sandbox is by anyone, for everyone. Let's build a metaverse together. Make an impact. Enter the universe of Radical Exchange, where there is no time to rest in the latest game jam where you have 3 weeks to create your game. How about an introduction to Radical Exchange? Radical Exchange is a movement that seeks to rethink economic and political systems for the digital age. They believe that current technologies driven by capitalism exacerbate inequality. Radical Exchange proposes new methods of cooperation and collective decision-making. They use research and development to create new tools such as quadratic voting, common ownership, and large-scale citizen participation. So there is going to be a registration process like there has been in the past. And you need to be on the version of the Game Maker which is available for download on kickoff day, which I believe is 0.10.6 in this case, which is currently the current version. Note that the game client did get an update regarding ladders and something to do with quest tracking on live events. So the game client is 0.10.7, but the game maker is still 0.10.6, and that's not a huge distinction. It was just some bug fixes on the client side for the way things work in the game client. So 0.10.6 is the game maker version that you want. Your entries will be judged using the same version that was available during kickoff, and updating your game may cause it to not function properly during voting, which could negatively affect your score. I changed will to could, because it could be fine, but it could also not be. So try to stay on that same version.
Okay.
Prizes. You stand a chance to share the 50,000 sand, 20 land, and exclusive Catalyst prize pool. Sand, we all know what sand is here. Additionally, the first 100 valid entries are rewarded with participation prize of 100 sand each. It's been a while since we've done a participation prize like that. Each for a total of up to 10,000 sand. Conditions apply. We'll see if those are probably listed below. First place is 15,000 sand, a land, and a gold catalyst pack. Second place is 8,000 sand, a 1x1 land, silver catalyst pack. Third place, 5,000 sand, a land, silver catalyst pack. Fourth place, 3,000 sand, one land, and silver catalyst pack. Fifth through 10th place, 1,500 sand, a land, and a bronze catalyst pack. And honorable mentions, 1,000 sand and a 1x1 land each. That's still just the honorable mention each getting a land. That's a crazy good prize there.
That's wild.
You got to go through the KYC process. They're having questions about the KYB, know your business process. That stuff like that is in the works. I don't think there's an official announcement on that yet, but that was a question that came up in the AMA for the Builders Challenge last week. Was that last week? Last week as in not this past week, but the week before, the past 7 days. What are catalyst packs? We've gone over this before. You got them all listed right here. I don't need to read through all that. Key dates: April 24th. Registrations open May 6th, not 26th. That's an important difference. May 6th, registrations close, so you have a little bit more than a week to get in there if you're not already. May 6th is the Game Jam kickoff AMA and theme reveal. So we haven't announced what exactly the game should be about, whether it's whether themes around the storytelling or characters or just like what kind of game you're making, whether it's a parkour, tower defense, whatever kind of game it is.
That will be announced.
Yes, during the AMA. May 7th is the live workshop with Cyber Dragon on Twitch. You definitely check that out, especially if you're a new builder. Cyber Dragon's going to answer all your questions about how to make the kind of game that you're going to be making. He's our resident expert on making game mechanics.
Question.
Yes.
Have we done live workshops before the game jams? Before? Is that new?
I think he's done them before.
Really?
I know Cyber Dragon has done
helpful.
I know Cyber Dragon has done streams about the game mechanics in the game jams. I don't know if it's been part of like the key date announcement before.
Okay, so that's just because I know he's done like you said. I know he's done tutorials and all this stuff on the themes for the game jams. I've never seen it like lined up like this so thorough. And whoever put this schedule together, good for you. I think this is amazing. This is incredibly encouraging for people that are new to it.
Yeah, and I mean with 100 sand each for valid participants, we're hoping for a lot of new newcomers to the game jam. I mean, just I would guess that most of you are frequent viewers, so you're familiar with the Sandbox, the sand, and the whole ecosystem. But for anybody who's new here, say hi in the chat. We like talking to y'all. For anybody who's new here, I mean, that's 100 sand. Give or take the day is anywhere between like $30 and $75, depending on what the market's doing. So I mean, that's a nice chunk of money just to participate in a game jam. Granted, you do have to follow the rules. Checklist: do you have the following: an account on the Sandbox, download the no-code game maker, and VoxEdit, which is our modeling software to build and animate voxel models to put in the game maker. How to participate: please follow the steps below to get started. Create a Sandbox account, download the game maker, download VoxEdit, join the Discord, our Discord, to stay up to date and meet other creators. Form a team of 1 to 4 people. So, I mean, if it's just you, then you're already done. You can check that off your list. But you can gather some other people to help. Oftentimes we see these teams are usually like one game / level designer, maybe 2 artists, and like a narrative director person. Because it's kind of hard to have multiple people working on a game unless you split up the work as like a level designer and then a game mechanic designer, but they have to kind of not step on each other's toes because they can't work on the thing at the same time in the game maker. So a lot of times there'll be like 2 or 3 artists, because sometimes people make a lot of assets for these. Register for the game jam, and remember you have about a week to do that. Stay ready for the Game Jam kickoff and remember to check your emails. Make sure to look at the resources section below about being a creator in the Sandbox. Plan and build your game with our production guide. What's this? I don't know what this is. What is this? Game production guide. Game production. Solo projects, team projects. Getting organized with the template. Game design document template is coming soon. I've not seen this page before. Interesting. So, especially if you're a new builder, some interesting resources here about how to get organized for your project. 3 weeks is a long time for a game jam. A lot of game jams are like 3 days. Not inside the Sandbox. Inside the Sandbox, we like giving people a lot of time to work on stuff. But a lot of game jams for like indie devs who are working like in coded situations, they'll have like a few days. They'll download like a royalty-free asset pack, or maybe they have a pixel artist on their team who can work really fast. And they're smashing out kind of like a game demo. In the Sandbox, we're building more like complete games because you can build really fast with the no-code game maker. But we're also given more time so you can really stretch those mechanics and your narrative and make something really intricate. But it's cool to have this production guide. I'm gonna have to check that out again later. Share your completed game to the Game Maker Gallery. We will email you with further instructions. Submit your entry to the submission form, which will be emailed to you.
Alex,
what's up?
I was talking and I realized I was muted. Whoops-a-doodle.
What's up?
But I was, sorry. I was just talking to a friend about game jams yesterday. He's got like a dev group that he works with, and they're interested in potentially like trying out some of the Sandbox game jams. And one of the first things he asked was, well, what's the timeline like? And I stopped for a second. I was like, what are you used to? And he goes, oh, the last game jam we did was a 48-hour turnaround. And I was just like, I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And I told him there's like, 2 to 3 weeks to a month sometimes. And he's just like, his eyes bulged. He's like, do you have any idea how much work we could get done in that time?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you look at something like Pixelville.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a team of 4 like really dedicated people, you could probably put together a game like Pixelville in 3 weeks. I don't know how long it actually took the Pixelville team to make that game. But thinking of just the level design, if you have somebody if you have people who are like really focused, don't have anything else on their plate, can really like push forward to focus on that and work really efficiently, especially if you're familiar with the tools. You could definitely make a game like a long, hour-long game like that in a few weeks.
Absolutely.
And we've seen people do that. I mean, we've played games like winning games in the game jam on stream that have taken like an hour to get through just because there was so much going on in there. So yeah, absolutely. There's a lot that you can get done with the focus team, but not everybody has different levels of availability. Some people have a day job. Some people have kids to take care of. Everybody's got different situations. So we don't rate games. We don't judge games on their length. That's not a judging criteria. If we see a game that has an incredible narrative, no matter how long it is, that can go towards like the wow factor. We'll have more intricate game design mechanics that take longer to set up. We'll get a higher, not the fact that they take longer to set up, but the fact that they're intricate and advanced, will get it a higher game design score. No matter if you only have like 3 days in that 3-week period, 3 weekends to work on it, you can still make a winning game. It's about how good your idea is and how well you're able to execute it. But giving all that time allows you to put a lot of polish on it if you have the ability to do that, and polish does count for stuff.
Absolutely.
So a bunch of reasons to participate in game jams. Just do it. You could win a lot of money, a lot of prizes, and have a lot of fun. There's other reasons in here, but just do it.
Come on.
Important rules. Please make sure that you read all the rules. It's very important to ensure that your submission is valid and follows the rules and guidelines. Please note that if a rule stated in this game jam differs from the one stated on our official documentation, the rules stated for this game jam takes precedence. Meaning rules on this page specifically, I believe, are the final official word. Some key rules to keep in mind include software. It must be designed in the Game Maker software. We kind of went over that before. Creation date. Your game must be created on or after the kickoff date of the game jam. Your game must be no larger than a 1x1. Multiple entries. You may submit more than one entry. However, the same team cannot place twice in the top 10. Yuma Lee Talks asks, what if I make a 30-second game and win? That is not possible. At least, well, I don't know if it mentions it here.
Good question, but no.
I'm not sure if it mentions it here, but there has been. We'll read through the. Sorry.
I was gonna say, if Yumaledox wins with the 30-second game, then I will fly to wherever they're at in the world and give them a cool, crisp high five.
My lungs are a little phlegmy from the cold I'm getting over, so excuse me while I have to mute occasionally to cough. Only Lukus gets to hear the beautiful, crisp tones in my gooey lungs.
Ha ha.
So, we'll read through the rest of the rules and see if it mentions it here. But in the past, there's been a rule that I believe there's a minimum of 5 minutes of gameplay time. Like, granted, somebody could be like a crazy speedrunner and know the game and like do some sort of like backward butt bounce up the stairs, fly through.
Oh dang!
Fly through a door and like win instantly.
Is that from 0.10? Is the butt bounce from 0.10?
That's a reference to Super Mario 64. Not Super. Is it Super Mario 64 or just Mario 64?
I always said Mario 64. I thought Super Mario was for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but Super Mario Brothers is for the NES. So, I'm trying to think of the logo. I think it's Super Mario 64. I mean, it's like one of my favorite games of all time, and I can't remember what the actual title is, but it doesn't matter. I was just referencing it is
Super Mario 64. It's on the game cartridge.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh. Well, I feel like
in the Sandbox he is named One Box T. Yeah. Yes, One Box T is our resident butt bouncer. Yeah, exactly. That's his actual title. So if you don't know, there's an infinite staircase in Super Mario 64. This has been around, but that game came out in like 1996, I think. That doesn't end as you try to run up it because it does like a treadmill thing. But if you know how to do it just right, you can like turn around and do like a weird jump thing, and instead of like a woohoo, you go like woo, and then you rocket up the stairs and bypass the treadmill. It's been around for a long time. So if you're familiar with speedrunning, you've probably seen it before. That's what I'm referencing with butt bouncing. Anyway, I believe the rule in the past has been minimum 5 minutes gameplay, meaning like a normal player going in for the first time playing the game is going to have at least 5 minutes of things to do before they beat the game. Also, I think there was a minimum of like either 1 quest or 3 quests, something like that. I don't remember. The rules have changed from jam to jam. So we'll keep on reading through these and see if that's in there. But a 30-second game is not likely to win because you need more meat to it. A 30-second game is only really fun if it loops. I can't even think of...
It's not a 30-second game. It's just 30 seconds of looped gameplay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like Flappy Bird. Flappy Bird could be a 30-second game. But the game keeps going because you keep trying to go for a longer time. And in 30 seconds, I don't know if I've ever played more than 30 seconds of Flappy Bird. I was never good at it. But the fun is going to come from getting past that 30-second time. So I wouldn't really consider that to be like a poem or a haiku of gameplay. That is like just a 30 seconds of Flappy Bird is not a game jam winning type of entry. So I would make your game a little bit longer. All right. Where were we with this? Okay, multiple entries. So you must submit more than one entry. However, the same team cannot place it in the top 10 more than once. Staff. The Sandbox staff is not permitted to enter the Game Jam competitions. Notice staff is said and not contractors. So there are contractors who could participate, meaning that they've done stuff for the Sandbox, but they're not actually staff with a contract. Well, contractors have a contract, so I guess that gets a little confusing. Just know that we on the council who actually judge the game jams, we do pay attention to this stuff. Panda and V and others on staff go through and vet all the entries to check who's doing it. KYC verification, top 10. To place in the top 10, all prize-winning wallets must have completed KYC, or they must classify as verified creators. That's kind of like a KYB, but it's a whole process. To fulfill or to be a verified creator, you must fulfill one of the two conditions. Your wallet is linked with a Game Maker Fund account, or you've participated in 5 game jams or vox edit contests and placed in the top 10 at least once. Please note that you only need to meet one of these requirements to qualify. Rules and conditions, prizes and rewards. You must submit a valid entry to the submission form sent to you by email following all of our rules. The entry may also not be marked as a spam entry serving the sole purpose of receiving a participation reward. Such entries are disqualified at the discretion of the Sandbox team, aka 3 wolves on a default template. If you call your game that, we'll look at what it is and probably laugh, because I don't know if it was not Jackie Chan or somebody else, aka Yumali Talks, might have been somebody else, was making a game called that. And yeah, we'll actually play it and see what it is. But that refers to the actual just a blank piece of land with a couple wolves smacked on it. Somebody spammed that like 50 times into a game jam to try to collect the sand rewards, and they got none of it.
None.
They just wasted their time and other people's. Don't do that.
Please don't.
If you submit more than one entry, you will only receive participation rewards for one. So again, don't spam entries trying to get extra participation rewards, because you're only going to get the one. It's one participation reward per team, I guess, or per person. You must submit a valid experience to the publishing form, which will be sent to you via email during the... I think we already read that. Or is that... That feels like the same rule. Moving on. Please note that the following conditions apply in order to receive sand, land, catalysts, and any other prizes that may be stated for placing in the top 10 and honorable mentions. You must fulfill the KYC verification rules stated above. If the same creator or team submits more than one entry and 2 or more of their experiences rank in the top 10, the one with the highest score will maintain its rank. The other entry may be picked as an honorable mention. You must submit your experiences to the publishing form, which will be sent to you via email during the game jam. I feel like that's the third time I've read that sentence in like a different organization. We're just really making sure that you submit your experience to the publishing form. That it is important to reiterate that, because there have been times that people have made good looking games but like forgot to submit the form, or their submission to the form was missing stuff and it was not a valid, like we didn't have a way to contact them, or we couldn't track certain things down. So it is important to make sure that form is filled
and that
all
is
the way.
sad.
Yeah. 4 wolves lives forever. See, Joe always said 4 wolves, and I always said 3 wolves, and I think
said 3.
I think it was 3 wolves, but Joe said 4 wolves enough times that people believed it.
Ooh.
But it might have been 4. I might have misremembered.
Mm.
I don't know which one of us is right.
Who's to say?
Either way, you know what we're talking about.
Nope.
Judges and voting. Voting consists of 2 phases and done primarily by the Sandbox staff in collaboration with the council. Game jams done in collaboration with the Sandbox partners may also include partner judges who will vote in phase 2. Games are judged based on 5 categories, amounting to a maximum of 22 points per judge. You can read more about how we rate your games here. A whole bunch of resources and an FAQ section. So I'm going to paste this in the thing again. Remember, you've got about a week to register. You do have to register in order to participate. There's going to be an AMA kickoff and Cyber Dragon doing a live workshop.
Tudo.
Hmm?
A Tudo. Tutorial.
Oh,
I'm abbreviating it.
I
'cause
heard.
It sounds cool.
I heard Tudo, like Tudo,
Oh,
like to do.
Tuto.
Tuto.
Good call. Yeah,
Mm.
very confusing.
I'm used to them being called tuts.
Oh, much shorter, much better, much cooler.
All right. So that is that event. Let's see if there's any other events going on. What have we got going on here? Game jams. There's the She Inspires game jam that ends May 1st. If you're not already registered for that, it's too late, I believe. And ending the 30th of April, there's also the Sandbox X Block Tempo Tempo X game jam. The first Taiwan live game hackathon. What is that? I didn't even hear about this.
Oh, I saw that. I
No wonder I
quickly
didn't.
glimpsed the title. Yeah,
I can't read this, so
I
I don't.
wanted to ask about this.
It's it appears to be in Chinese, so I'm not. Oh, it's the English below. There we go. In Taiwan.
Nice.
Would it be Taiwanese?
It's a
is the language,
live-
isn't it?
Live game hackathon. So actually,
Yeah, it says
in
May
person?
25th through 26th. So it's live in Taipei. Wait, May 25th through. So this hasn't started yet.
No.
Why does it say it ends April 30th? Is this the registration? There's a sign up thing. I mean, not registration deadline April 19th. So the registration's already ended. Then I'm not going to Taipei.
I'll go to Taipei. I'll go to Taipei. I would love to see a live game hackathon in person.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would like to be like, if we did a live hackathon like in the U.S. or even like Canada, someplace where everybody's going to be speaking English, because I can't really help if they're not speaking English. I would love to be
I can't help
like,
no matter what they speak.
you could have some tips.
I definitely could, but when it comes to the programming side of things and like the game logic, I am sadly lacking.
Yeah, but I feel like
it'd be really
Lukus could
encouraging.
impart some. Yeah, absolutely, Lukus. So I would be wearing like a referee uniform, and Lukus would be wearing a cheerleader outfit.
Oh, I would do pom-poms and the short skirt and everything. I got great legs, man. I would just show them off. There'd be a lot of high kicks. It would be wonderful.
I can't laugh because that makes the oxygen go too deep in my lungs, where it likes to mingle with the phlegm and make me cough. Yeah, no, it would be a lot of fun, I think, to have a live game jam event where people would ask questions about like, this isn't working, I don't understand, and I'd be like, I got you.
Yeah.
And, like, jump in and try to help them, and just do that for like a 12-hour, or maybe like 2 8-hour blocks with like a break in the middle, and like a 48-hour game jam.
Man.
Yeah, just have like me and Cyber Dragon running around, tag teaming people's teams, offering support. That would be a ton of fun.
I love that idea. That would be so much fun.
All right, I would have to find like a couple days where I'm just like not sick magically, 2 consecutive days where I don't have a cold or bronchitis. All right, so that's cool. I mean, registration's already over, so there's not too much of a point talking about this. Plus, I don't know how many people here are ready to jump on a plane to Taiwan. And She
Still
Inspires.
the dream.
Yeah. So okay, the submissions was 19th of April. So this game jams should be in its judging period right now. So we may see some results from that. I'm not sure if I'm doing award ceremonies for this or not, because I don't think the council we're not in the judging pool for this, I don't believe.
Hmm.
All right. What's this creators event here? Paris Builders Boot Camp ends the 14th of May. So if you're in Europe, there's an exclusive Builders Boot Camp, limit 30 seats, taking place in Paris, France, from May 13th to 14th. So if you're near Paris, that could be cool. In-person immersive event with famous Vitality Hive esports venue. Oh, at the famous Vitality Hive esports venue. 2-day learning by doing with experts from the Sandbox level designers team, Philip Pardo and Lukus. Special rewards for all participants, land, sand, and catalysts. Wow. Connect with top creators with the Sandbox team at the Paris headquarters office. I still haven't been there. I need to go there someday.
Let's do it. Let's set up a trip to Paris, Alex.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right. And let's see what's going on with game events. Magnificent Centuries ending May 16th. So we've got a few different EP events. Magnificent Century, Lionsgate presenting Hellboy, Rambo, the Expendables.
Because the project kept getting bigger. That's why you called it that. It makes sense.
Hitman's Bodyguard and Angel Has Fallen ends the 5th of May. And Habbo Space Hotel ends May 2nd. Gosh, I've got to hurry up and do some of these. They're ending in a few days, and I have 0 EP. I've been busy being sick, not playing so many games. Innisfree, The Isle Adventure, Maradona Ascension Early Access, and that's what we got going on for game events. So make sure that you're always keeping an eye on the events page. Even though we don't have another alpha season announced yet, and no beta season announced ever so far, we do still have a bunch of smaller events going on. There's always some chance to earn some EP, win some sand, and other things. All right. That was what I was going to talk about for news stuff.
Good news day, Alex.
It was a good. It is.
Solid.
There's all sorts of good news. There were a couple things that I missed when we were talking about 0.10 update.
Tell me more.
I want to go over that stuff. There are a few features that I skipped over. So we're gonna jump into the Game Maker here and check them out.
Did you skip them for a specific reason?
I was so excited reading about all the other things that my eyes just missed the other bullet points.
That's fair.
I think I was literally reading things on the page that were new things, and there were other new things on that page, and I just skipped them.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, it's like looking up in the night sky. Can you really say how many stars you saw that night? I mean, every star you see is a new star in that moment, and so it's like
there's a lot of light pollution where I live, so it's usually like 10 stars.
Okay, so you could, and
yeah.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, we it's funny. Like, I live in a rural area, but we live pretty close to like the highway, and there's some like factories and stuff. So I'm still getting used to space for rotate camera. I'm also gonna lower my screen brightness so my teeth don't turn green. Like, I smile and it's like green eyeballs, green teeth.
Yeah, Alex, I think you need to brush a little better.
I know. Don't we all? The longer you stare at the sky, the more stars you see. Yes, I know that my eyes can adjust, but also we gotta tell like my neighbors to turn off their lights and tell the street lights to turn off and all that stuff. And also the moon. Good grief, the moon has been so bright lately. Like, I mean, it's beautiful, but it's just like when you're casting a shadow from the moon, it's kind of hard to see the other stars. The other stars? Any of the stars. All right. So, the things that I missed.
Oh, I'm excited. I don't know what you missed, so I can't wait to hear about it.
Well, so we did start talking about this a little bit, and we couldn't figure it out while we were live. We kind of started, and I'm trying to remember where it is. Was it under player? Yeah, PvE enabled. So I think I called it player versus environment, which I have heard of a way of saying it, but it technically means oh, I think I said player versus everyone or
That was
everything.
me. I believe I said that.
So player versus everyone is actually player versus player, PvP. Um, uh, Player versus everything or player versus environment. I've heard both, and they mean the same thing. And it just means that you can have objects in the world space that players can attack collectively. PvE implies that there is not PvP, or at least not PvP in a certain area. Going back to my old stomping grounds with RuneScape, there was was it called the Wasteland? I don't even remember. This is so long ago. We're talking about a game I played 20 years ago now. There was an area that was like ungoverned, and you could the wilderness. Thank you, Garnican. The wilderness. You could do PvP only in the wilderness or only in certain like arena events. I think there was a Coliseum type thing, or I might be remembering a different game. So there was no PvP like in cities or in like most of the places where people would be doing quests. So if you wanted to fight players, you went to the wilderness. In this case, we don't have PvP yet, unless you set up specific game mechanics, which I've done in 0.9, and it still works in 0.10. So you can set up PvP, but PvE means that when you set up something with a multiplayer health component, now all the players can use their attacks to attack the thing. So you could set up a boss fight. Now, the NPC behaviors are not multiplayer yet. That might be coming in 0.11. We'll see. But you could have them as a moving platform, so they could move around, or they could just be static things. You could have it flying in the sky as like a dragon, and then I don't know, maybe you have
Makes me
to
think of the
attack
Reading
some...
Rainbow theme song.
What?
Makes me think of the Reading Rainbow theme song.
Butterfly in the sky. Fire-breathing dragon in the sky.
Exactly. It's basically the same thing.
I'm gonna make you die. So, yeah. Anyway, you could attack like crystals, which could zap the dragon or something. So, with the multiplayer health component enabled, you should, and I haven't tested this, we could test this today. You should be able to collectively attack a boss or a thing, you know, break down some wall barriers. I mean, you could make that sort of like a tower defense game instead of, yeah, you could make that attack. You could make a MOBA. A MOBA is
Mother of all bombs.
that's a Moab.
Oh, Mother of bombs all.
MOBA is it massively online battle arena? Is that what a MOBA is? I don't even remember what it stands for. League of Legends. Multiplayer online battle arena. Is what it means. So like League of Legends, Dota, Smite, Heroes of the Storm, all that kind of stuff. Vainglory was my favorite. That's what my tattoo is of, even though it's a dead game now. Bloom's tower defense reference, that would be Moab. So the concept with a MOBA is that you've got a trail that's called a lane going between two bases, and you've got to destroy the enemy's base or like the crystal in their base or something, and then they've got multiple turrets that are their defenses in the lane, and you can't really get past the turrets without dying. So you spawn on one side, they spawn on the other side, and you go and attack. And the concept is to why is control not working? Oh, there we go. the concept is to get to the enemy's base and destroy it. So if you make the turrets deal out area of effect damage, they're like blasting out damage. And you could do this. You could totally do this right now. Because you can set up teams now. You can say, okay, you're on team A, you're on team B, and you can set up tags for the team. You can have a turret dealing damage to players with a certain tag. So you could have the turrets on side B dealing damage to players from side A. That way your side B players can get past their turrets to go try to attack the team A turrets. Teach the team feature, please. I'm gonna have to learn it, but I might learn it here on stream. We'll get there, Dankoi. But yes, I do want to learn the team feature. I wanted to like learn all this stuff over the past week, and I've been sick and had other work to do. So we will figure it out together. So as you're so you go in and attack the other team's turrets, eventually break them, and then go after their base, and then either team A or team B will win. So the thing we need to figure out is like how do we attack the turrets? I guess it would be a timing thing. Maybe the turrets do like a timed attack, so you need to like get in range, do your attacks, and then get out of range before they do their attack. And so it just becomes like a team thing. Usually with MOBAs, you've got a variety of heroes. They have different abilities, so we can't quite do that yet. Maybe you have different weapons you can pick up, and that would give you different abilities. Maybe you enable different abilities through the keyboard shortcuts using the number keys. Now maybe we can have different spells that you cast with those things. So there's a lot of possibilities there about how you make those different attacks. But yeah, somebody should make a MOBA, because
yes, please.
Because we've got player versus environment. So as a team, you can collectively attack the turrets. I don't know if you can prevent your own team from attacking your own turrets. I'm not sure if we have a way to make a turret ignore damage from a certain tag. That would be ideal, because you don't want to have players accidentally attacking their own turrets, because then they would feel silly.
It just seems counterproductive.
Death event, death delay, instant death message, life bar on display, immune to attacks. Why would you make it immune to attacks? Maybe, I wonder if immune to attacks is what invincible used to be, and now the kill message works, but attacking it doesn't. I wonder if that's what that means. We'll check that out later. Actually, Lukus, can you make a note in the Discord chat for me to check out immune to attacks later? Because I want to loop back to it, but I don't want to totally derail what we're talking about. Ultima Online. I don't think Ultima Online is a MOBA, though, because I think Dota was the first MOBA. Like, I mean, it was the genre-defining one. Ultima Online's an MMO, I believe, isn't it? Broadcast type, broadcast range, damaging blocks. Blocks damage, healing blocks, blocks heal, stunnable. So I don't see a way to block attacks from a specific player. So I guess you could technically sabotage your own team. Unless this would be kind of goofy. So because we can add rules based on the different button presses on your mouse, you could, in theory, broadcast a healing message to your own turrets from attacking and send it to their tag. So if you attack next to your turrets, it does the same amount of healing as your attack would damage it. So it has a net neutral effect on them. Maybe. That might be a little too goofy. Maybe you could just sabotage your own team and then get people mad. You know, this is a lot of what we do in the sandbox for multiplayer right now is like what I call playground rules, where, you know, you're playing tag or freeze tag or hide and go seek or capture the flag. When you're playing with real people, like, you follow the rules because you don't want the other kids to yell at you, right? In video games, we have actual rules because we can code them in and enforce them. And we get mad when people, you know, hack their computer to cheat, to bypass those rules. In real life, you can cheat too. Not saying it's a good thing, but like, you're playing freeze tag, you can scoot a little bit, you can unfreeze yourself. You know, and then just people yell at you, which you know, in real life seems like a harsher punishment in real life than people yelling at you online. Online is kind of like neener, what you gonna do about it? Other kids yelling at you in the playground is a little has more of an effect. I think it makes us better people being in real life. All right. So that was that's what the PvE is about. Player versus environment. And we will we'll do a little demo of that, I guess, in a little bit here. What time is it? We're going for an hour. We still got time. I'm not feeling like dying yet.
Good.
So stuff that we totally missed: copying and pasting rule sets and being able to share it with other creators. So if we go to our gameplay tab and we go to our game rules, we've got a new thing here. We got rules guide.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a link to the Git book. So a bunch of information there on rules. A lot of this information was here already, but I don't think the link was there before. And let's say we add a point race rule. We can now I'm trying to remember where it is. This? Let's duplicate.
Question from Garnikin real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, said, quick question while you're in the game maker. Can you delete a preset?
I believe so. You've been able to in the past. Let's see, let's make a preset. Tree. Oops. Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
About tree
create
fitty.
Tree fitty.
Tree fitty.
And we go to our library. We go to our presets. There's a little delete icon right here.
Okay.
Click that. Delete the preset tree fitty. Ta-da! It's gone. Ooh. And now I can't. Now I can't click on anything.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
This is a momentary glitch or something that happened when you deleted it?
It just happened when I deleted it. Okay. Hit and play and then go and back fixed it. I don't know what that was about. So, oh, that's cool. I didn't notice that before. We'll revisit that.
What did you not notice before?
Well, I guess it's not hard to explain. So, the asset spawner you can set as active spawner. So if we duplicate this out, you know, we can set which one we're going to test at. So you right click, set as active spawner, and it's going to change where our little blue arrow is.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that you can test your games
in multiple spaces.
Right. So you know, set up all your checkpoints, all your
Oh
like,
my
this
god.
is the start of chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. You don't have to move around the avatar spawner and then
I
put it back when you launch your game. You just have to right click and set the first one as active.
That's gonna be so useful. I can't tell you how many times or how many hours I've spent in our games literally just moving around the spawner and trying to find a good place to put it.
Right.
And then I put it somewhere and I ended up spawning into a wall and it
Mhm.
caused issues. Oh my god, that's so useful.
All right. So there's supposed to be a way to do this, and right now I'm not finding the button for it. You're supposed to be able to copy and paste these. Maybe it's just Control C.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Oh, it is just Control C. Okay.
Oh
So,
yeah.
So basically, all of the rule info has been turned into a copyable JSON format. Let me create a new window here. Did I do it? That's not what I meant to do.
Oh, you know what? 1 second. Yeah. Yeah,
What's that?
our friend Dan Coy over on Twitter actually
Yeah, I
just
saw them.
posted a video about the JSON objects.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that before we went live on streaming. So I knew since Wednesday. Well, when I had this conversation, basically after our stream on 0.10, somebody who works on the Game Maker team messaged me and was like, "Hey, great stream, but you missed these things," and so I knew that I needed to say it. But Dan Coy beat me to the punch posting that this morning. Why can't I open a new Notepad++ window? Maybe if I do. Nope. I'm trying to show you this stuff, and for some reason I can't get this to break into a new window. Windows. Maybe view. Whatever. We're gonna. We'll just do this. All right. So this is kind of painful to look at, but you're not supposed to be reading it. This is when I hit Control C on Point Race here. So if I hit Control V, it just pasted the whole thing. So now if we're in the Game Maker, we can just duplicate. We don't have to do Control C, Control V. You can hit Control D and it'll duplicate it as well. But the point of this is that if you make a rule set, you can copy this rule to another game you're making, or send it to a friend or somebody that is looking to build. So you set up your rule set, do all the complicated things you want with it. You hit Control C, and then you get this, and it's pastable into somebody else's game maker. So that can save you a lot of time duplicating things for other people. You know, they don't have to fill out all this stuff and figure it out. And I think you can do it with the specific little bits too. Let's see. Delete this. Yeah. So you can copy specific. You can select a single spot, or you can select a whole group. I don't know if you can select a. Yeah, there's not a way to select multiple rules at the same time. So you can either copy one rule or you can copy a group of rules. Can I select multiple of these? Okay, yeah. So you either copy the group or copy a specific rule. And it's in a JSON format, so you can just save it to a notepad file. Oops. Sorry, Lucas.
Fine.
And yeah.
No, the rules are more important. You don't need to see my face. Show them everything.
No, it's just as I move Notepad back. You know, Windows, when you like push a window, put a window
Mhm.
like in the corner, it like makes everything else minimize. So just shrunk
Mm-hmm.
Discord down to nothing. And that's what freezes Lukus for you. So yeah, that copying that will be a big time saver for people making complicated game mechanics, or trying to share what they do with other people. I do wonder, does this make the rules hackable?
Elaborate.
Can I make a rule that goes beyond a limit? So like, what's the biggest number that we can do in our math here? Let's see. So message required none. Let's see, fixed value of, and then we'll just do all nines, and then that collapses it down to that. Can we go bigger than that? There was a limit before. So let's copy this. We're gonna paste it in here. And let's see, did it have the value in there? I'm not seeing a big number. Type 0 messages, version, same added fields. Did it not? Math operand 2. Math operand 1. Value source 2. 3.4. Oh, wow. The number's so big it saved it in scientific notation. What if I don't really know how to read scientific notation. What if I make it like way too big? I don't know, this may crash something, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna copy this, we're gonna paste it in. Oh, what? What? It set operand 1 to infinity. I don't know what that does. I don't know what that means. Okay. Like, oh, and when I clicked off of it, it changed it, I think, to the max number that it can do. Yeah. Okay. Clicking it and clicking off of it then like changed it from infinity to the same number that was in there. So it was like this went past the limit and shrunk it down. I was just wondering, like, because you can copy and paste this stuff out, if you learn how to read this formatting, you could even just make changes in here. You could actually turn this into like regular coding. You just have to know the format. And then you could paste this back into there if you wanted to make modifications. If like the rules is getting like too annoying to work with. But I guess kind of what I'm also wondering is like, could you do something outside the format that's allowed here? So like, what if we made an operand 3 or something? Because we got operand 1, operand 2. I mean, operand 3 might be silly. Like, you know, it wouldn't be meaningful. But could you do something with the JSON in here? Or is it always going to squish it back to the allowed format, or maybe throw an error saying, oh, this is an invalid value? You know, what if I just like remove some stuff here? Just remove some math operators. Who knows what this will do? We copy, is it just gonna go? It didn't even paste. Yeah.
It just said no thank you.
Yeah. It didn't even say anything. It just ignored me. Why is it not possible to send messages from the crowd event to the rules? I'm not sure. That goes a little bit past, or so you can send it, but it's not working. That's a good question.
You can just take a note on that. We can look into it and answer it later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I have a list of questions from other people because I've been just as you've been talking. I'm not trying to disrupt your chain of thought because I know you're working through problems here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you're ready for other questions, just let me know. And you don't need to go back through the chat. I've got them all noted down.
Okay. You wanted to show a banner on fail. Yeah, that's Hi.
Is it Maggie? Hi, Maggie.
Lucas says hi, Maggie. You can play with the Legos. I won't be too much longer. There's also like books and coloring and stuff. You can grab some paper. Okay. Well, sorry, I can't help you then. Her phone's at low battery and she doesn't know what to do with herself when that happens, so I'm just gonna let her figure it out. So I can see a future where we switch rule sets while the experience runs. I mean,
I can see that.
What, Maggie?
I could see that happening. So once you complete a subset of objectives, then it switches the rules up to do something else later in the level.
Yeah.
Change things up a little bit.
Yeah, Maggie, I don't have anything for that. Sorry. So, I mean, you can sort of do that. Now, you have to have multiple rule sets, but the message you use to initiate a rule set, you could use a toggle on a behavior. So, like one behavior sends a message that initiates one rule set, and then toggle it so that way a different message initiates a different rule set. But both of those will take up grid board space on your rule set, so it will, like, you do have to like worry about like how much RAM is being spent on like all this information. Excuse me. So and oh, hi, David, welcome back. Yeah, but it would be cool to be able to switch between those things. I'm sure the rule system is gonna improve as we go on. I mean, we're already seeing the rule system improving. But yeah, I do wonder, like, with the Jason, you know, what could we get away with? That's always like, I like pushing the envelope of what's possible. Like, could we make some sort of custom rule that the game maker would be like, okay, I'll allow it, but is like something that you couldn't necessarily do through the rule cards. No, you can hang out here. Sure. All right, and then we had one more thing that I missed, which was the message navigator. So I'm trying to remember where this is. The message inspector, not the message navigator. So you can search for messages that are sent or received. So if you're trying to figure out where you used a message, or even better, if you're working with somebody else who's making a game and they like are not available, or they don't remember, or they left the project, and then you're left with like what they left behind, and you're like, I can't understand this mess that you made. Like, it can be so hard to work with other people's projects because people organize their thoughts in different ways. Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, I see that this dragon has a kill message. But what is killing it? You know, what is being the message broadcaster that is sending kill?
So the message inspector helps you unravel the ball of yarn that is somebody else's thoughts.
Right. So...
Oh, it's so useful.
So before, just a second ago, when we looked at sending, there was nothing sending any messages, so this was blank. But I just added this tree with the message broadcaster to send kill, and we can see that it's there now. So now we see a list of all, like, if you don't search for anything, this is a list of all messages being sent by anything, and all messages being received by anything. And you can see a little mailbox and a little paper airplane. So we see there's one object that is sending kill, and when we click on it, we can see it's standard tree A. We can see that it's got a message behavior. So remember, these little blue and yellow icons are for behaviors, and yellow is for components. We can target onto it, and we can even expand what the messages or what the behaviors are. So if we're not clicked on anything, clicking on this, well, clicking on it doesn't select it, but we can at least pinpoint it. Okay, that does select it. So if we're like over here and we're like, where is this thing sending this message? My dragon keeps dying as soon as I start the game. What's going on? Because actually, I think the way I did it just now, it will. Oh no, we're instantly dying. Oh no, something's killing us over and over again. It's not even killing the dragon, I don't think. It's not even killing the dragon, it's just killing us over and over again. What's going on? What's sending this message? That's the thing that I've had happen. I've gone to like test people's games before or play game jam entries, and you just keep dying on a loop, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Well, now we can go to debug, inspector, and we go, what is sending kill? What is killing us over and over again? We click the little thing. Oh, it's this tree. This tree is, we must be allergic.
It's an ant in disguise.
That too. And can you edit? You can't edit from this, but you can edit from whatever you're selected on. So now we can target it, and we can select the tree, and then we can go like, we didn't want that. We wanted it to send trigger. I don't have anything to plug it into.
Where did I get it?
I don't know. I thought you got one with the plug block.
Mom has the plug block inside her bag.
Oh, okay. We're dealing with technical difficulties here. I mean, I can plug it into my computer. This is a USB cable. I can plug it into anything.
Okay, then how would it be able to work?
It just charges from my computer.
Yeah.
Freaking her out with technology.
You know what? It freaks me out regularly. I know how she feels.
Wait, if I plug it in through your computer, will it like?
It's not going to take over my computer.
Okay.
You see, it's charging.
It's very sweet of her to think of that.
All right. So, and then on the receiving end, we can see that Alpha Dragon and Avatar Spawner both have the kill message. So that's why it was killing us. We can click on the Avatar Spawner and then go, oh, hey, the health component here, and we can edit this from here. We see, oh, that's why it was killing us over and over again, because we had the kill message there. Maggie, you pulled it too far and it unplugged. You pulled it too far and it unplugged. Either that or she unlocked it or something. I just heard the doop-a-doop. There you go. Now it's back in.
Oh, I was going to say that might have been me. That my phone just made a sound too that was similar to that, so you could have been hearing that.
No. I heard it plug back in. It was definitely mine. Yeah, just sit there. You'll be fine. And let's see. We go to our Alpha Dragon here. Oh, can I not click again? What the heck? Oh, because when you're editing, when you edit the health feature here, you can't click on anything on the map anymore. So you have to exit out of the avatar feature. That's new. So we go to Alpha Dragon, and we edit the health component here, and now we can set this to trigger. I'm not sure why kill wasn't killing the dragon though. Maybe it was out of range. We go to our edit logic. Everyone in range. It was out of range, so we can just move it closer. And now when we hit play, we can see that it killed the dragon and has not killed us. So that's pretty cool, though. That message inspector, I know, would have saved me hours of my life over the past few years of manually searching through dozens and hundreds of objects. Yeah, you gotta turn the volume all the way off. Yeah, that would have been a huge time saver for me.
Mm-hmm.
Validators. Did we mention this? I think we mentioned this.
I don't think we did.
I'm pretty sure
Not
we
on
did.
today's show, and are you talking about in the past?
Yeah, on the 0.10 like big list of everything. Running the validators shows like number of actors instances is within acceptable parameters. Memory consumption is within acceptable parameters. So you can run this, and it will it'll let you know. Does it run again if we... Okay, yeah. We can just keep on clicking it, and it'll just let us know if, like, hey, you're running out of RAM. Slow it down. Or whatever. All right. Let's take some of those questions.
Got it. 1 second, let me pull them up.
We should also drop the giveaway form.
Yes. First question and then giveaway form.
Sure.
Question from Temio VX. Hey fam, I am experiencing a problem in multiplayer that many spawned assets are disappearing if players approach them. They are there, you can kill or pick them. That's the question in its entirety.
So I guess are the other players killing them or picking them? I guess you'd have to look. Sorry. Oh, that tickle in my lungs. It's so much fun. We are still giving away the orange hat. That is what the current giveaway form is going to be for. If you've already won an orange hat, you are eligible to enter the weekly Discord giveaways on the Wizzyverse Discord for a black hat. If you haven't already won that. That is only for people who have won Wizzy items. Or bought them, gotten them some way or another. So I would guess I would have to see like what are the conditions in that that thing that's getting spawned. So if it's disappearing, is it disappearing because the players are interacting with it? Is it just randomly disappearing? There's lots of reasons why it could disappear. And I would need to see like what all logic is there. There are different things that you could test to see why it's doing that. So if you've got like a health component, maybe something is killing it. There could be like a message that's causing it to do that. If it's a pickable item, if it's set to be picked up on collision, then players could be picking it up. So there has been a change to pickable items because with 0.10 we've now combined curio and pickable collectible into not pickable collectible into one thing. So before there used to be curio and collectible as two separate components, and now they are the same thing. So if we turn off this behavior and we add collectible, so we've got the multiplayer collectible. So global, this is only relevant to multiplayer experiences. True if one instance per experience, false if one instance per player. So if this is something you built in 0.9 or 0.10 and you weren't like aware of this global toggle, so this could be like a change that you're seeing that if you've used collectible and you want every player to be able to pick it up, then you want this to be false, and it's one instance per player, meaning that it spawns or is there at the beginning of the experience, and every player can go and pick it up. And if a player picks it up, it doesn't get picked up for the other players. This is the case you would want to use for like voxelite in a social hub. If you've got, coins or something like all over the place and players have a quest to go pick them up and they each individually have to go and complete that quest, you don't want a player to run up to this car. Like you wouldn't collect a car.
I mean, some people do.
I'm
Hot Wheels,
repo men.
man. I was just about to say, everybody he sells used cars for a living, and he has to go collect cars all the time when people don't pay for them.
Yeah. So if you have it set to false, then that means that I as a player can go pick it up and it's still there for the other person and they can go pick it up and then we can each do our own quests separately. But if you have it set to true, that means that if I pick it up, it's also gone for you. Only one player can pick it up. Yeah, hammer space pockets. Exactly. This is like car space pockets. If you wanted to have a competitive thing where only, say like a crowd event where, you have to collect so many items around a map, and that could be collaborative, but you don't want this multiple players all picking up the same thing and instantly activating your crowd event, completing it really quickly because 20 players all collect the same item at the same time. No, you've spread 20 of these items and the players have to like work together to find all of them in the time limit. Then you want to have this global set to true, and then it's one instance per experience. So once any player picks it up, it's gone for all the other players. So that could be why it's disappearing for other players. Who that was? Timio asked that question.
That was Temio VX.
So I'm not sure if you're still here, Temio, but that could be a reason why it is disappearing for other players, and that has been a 0.10 change when Curio and Collectible got merged into being just Collectible. Yeah. But I would have to see more about the situation, or have more details about it. You can questions like this you could potentially ask like in like a Discord ticket or something. And it might not be me who answers that ticket if you ask on the Sandbox Discord, but somebody might be able to help with that. Does the Sandbox Discord do tickets for game maker behaviors? I'm not sure. I know people when they have like account issues or things like that will make tickets, but I'm not sure about like help with the game maker. And there's chat rooms on the Discord to talk about that kind of stuff. Do we have any other questions?
Yes, we did. We had one from Extreme Arcader, and this is a little more, I've already kind of answered it, but I also wanted to get your take on it. They said, hi guys, just a quick question. Has anyone thought of integrating Game Maker with ChatGPT for faster creation time?
People have only been talking about that for like a year. I remember when I went to San Francisco, which was a year ago now, maybe even longer. I don't remember when I went. People were talking a lot about ChatGPT integration with Sandbox, and people were trying to figure out if it was a worthwhile endeavor. I mean, it's not something that is immediately on the roadmap. It's something that's people have been thinking about ways that it could work. I'm in the boat of like I don't care when it comes to AI, but that's just me. I've tried using ChatGPT a little bit, and I find it to be a useful research assistant. Sometimes it depends on what you're trying to look up, because ChatGPT has that date cutoff of like, was it like 2022 or something like that, depending on which version you're using. They like all the internet data scrubbing that they did. There's a certain because it's not connected to the internet live, so it can't look for new things, but it has a database of knowledge of older things.
Okay.
So if I'm like, oh gosh, like I don't remember how to do this thing in Google Sheets because I try making some pretty complicated spreadsheet um, queries and stuff like that sometimes as I try to get organized for work. Be like, gosh, I don't remember how to do that. Paid version is connected to the net. Okay, so that could be a very useful research assistant if you're trying to look up something where there's a lot of information about it online. So Google Sheets has all of its documentation online. And typically, when I don't remember how to do something in Google Sheets, or I'm trying to do something I haven't done before in Google Sheets, I will Google it, and I'll try to look through the Google documentation. Sometimes it's like right there in Google Sheets. It like has like little expanding menus that explain like, oh, this is how you set up this formula. But sometimes it's more complicated than that. Or like I need more specific examples. So I'm seeing things on like Stack Overflow or Quora or other like websites where people have asked similar questions. So ChatGPT is very helpful in kind of being that search assistant where I can describe what I'm trying to accomplish, and it uses its knowledge of having already looked up all those questions on Quora and Reddit and Google forums and stuff like that to give me a suggestion on how to accomplish what I'm trying to do in the sheet because I don't remember the syntax or I'm doing something I haven't tried before. That said, it oftentimes makes mistakes even when I'm asking those questions. I was trying to get it to pull in information from a website API. I was trying to use the Sandbox's website API, and I was trying to get information about assets to fill into a spreadsheet automatically, and it told me to use an import JSON function, which does not exist in Google Sheets. You can get plugins for Google Sheets that could do something like that, and you could write like a JavaScript plugin that is too advanced for what I was trying to do. Um, that was the further than I wanted to go. But its initial solution was to offer something that didn't exist. Something that it might have existed for like Microsoft Excel, maybe. So it's prone to making things up. I one time asked it. I was trying to remember the name of a video game, and I asked it what what was this game from PlayStation 1 that had these features. And it had a character that looked like this, and it straight up made up a video game and a character and said, this game had these features and had this character, and the character name was kind of unique. I was like, oh, that's an interesting name. This doesn't exist. So I asked it. I was like, I don't see this game existing, and it went, oh, sorry, my mistake. Maybe these are real games here. Maybe this is it. But I pushed the point. I was like, well, where did you get the idea for this game name and for this character? Where did that name come from? How did you come up with that? And it was like, well, it's just like my model can like sometimes do these things, and they call those hallucinations, where like the AI large language model just kind of like just makes something up to fill in the gap. It's weird. It's weird that it can do that. So it can be a research assistant and get me actual information about things that I'm interested in, and then right alongside that, it can also just make something up, which is hilarious. So I do find it useful as a research assistant and to sometimes do mundane tasks. There's a lot of times in my life where where I'm doing typesetting on a document or I'm formatting a spreadsheet, and I've had to do enter comma, enter comma, enter comma, and enter comma, left, right arrow, down arrow, enter comma, right arrow, down arrow, because I'm trying to get a whole list of things to be on separate lines with like a comma before them or after them or something. I'm trying to do this formatting, and I need to do it on like 300 lines of a document. And that can just be painful and annoying. So I can copy and paste that into ChatGPT and say, hey, can you separate these all to separate lines and put a comma before each thing? And it goes, okay, and it spits it out. And that saves me 5 minutes of repeatedly going click, 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 click.
Yeah.
And saves me the repetitive motion of doing the same thing over and over again with my hands. And sometimes you can do that with like a search and replace function. I've done that. InDesign from Adobe has like a great search and replace where you can actually do formatting in the search and replace. And I found that very useful. So I've been able to do stuff like that. But telling ChatGPT to do something like that can actually be a lot faster. So very helpful like tool to the side. But when it comes to like making actual things, I've never found it to be better than what I can do on my own. And the amount of time it takes me to edit what it does is just as long as if I just did it myself. I wrote an email, a formal email. Actually, no, I wasn't trying to write an email. I was writing a Slack message to a superior that I wanted to sound professional. And it didn't need to be email formal. And it didn't need to be written letter formal, because in an email or a written letter, you'll have your like, dear sir or madam. You'll on a letter, you'll have like your address block and all that stuff. And there's all that formatting stuff that you learn in like middle school. And I didn't need all that because it's a Slack message. It's somebody that I have DM conversations with, but I just wanted to check how professional what I was saying was, because it was a formal request. And I wrote what I wanted to say, and I was like, ChatGPT, I want you to give me some feedback on this. How professional is this? You know, the issue that I'm trying to address, am I being professional in the way that I'm wording it? Am I being proactive? Am I doing all this? And ChatGPT goes back and like has high praise for everything that I wrote. You did a great job on all this, and it like gave me reasons why like what I wrote was good. And I'm like, okay, cool, that was a good confidence booster before I send this message. But I asked it, can you like condense this? Because
can you gussy it up?
Well, I can be long-winded. Anybody who's watched the stream for 30 minutes knows that I can go on talking for too long. And I wanted to make sure that I wasn't overdoing it with this message to my boss. And so I asked it to kind of condense it in a professional way. And it made my message longer. So it basically left what I had said unchanged and added stuff to the beginning and to the end to be more formal in an email or letter writing sense of like, dear sir or madam, I am contacting you to address these issues below. And I'm like, you don't need to say any of that. It's a Slack message. Like, so basically,
dear grandma, it's been a fortnight since we last met.
So my experience with ChatGPT writing stuff for me is that it had no improvements that it could think of on what I wrote, and in me asking to see if there was any fat I could trim to make it more condensed, it thought, no, that all looks good, I'm gonna add some junk. And I just found that hilarious. So that's my experience of trying to write stuff with ChatGPT. People have different levels of writing. I was homeschooled. My mom was really good with her English classes and stuff in her own education. And so I got run through the ringer when it came to writing in high school. And when I got to college, so by the time I finished high school, I was writing 20-page single-spaced papers. And when I got to college, they're like, we want 5-page double-spaced papers. And I was like, what? This is like, you're asking me to write something that's not even like a quarter of what I was writing a year ago. This is way too easy. So, you know, I had a very intense writing education. Yeah, I don't consider myself a writer at all, but that was just my experience. So people have different levels. ChatGPT will be more or less helpful for them. For me personally, ChatGPT is kind of useless when it comes to writing, and I just use it for some light research. Usually, if I can't remember the name of a band or a movie, and I'm trying to like describe the things I remember about it, it's better than trying to search in Google, because ChatGPT can kind of collect those ideas of those different ideas and run through its database of knowledge to kind of pull together one answer. Whereas if I try to do that in Google, I have to do multiple search queries and read through multiple things to kind of narrow down, like, it wasn't that one, it wasn't that one, it wasn't that one. ChatGPT's actually been pretty good about finding the one thing that I was looking for that's kind of obscure. That was a really long-winded. That was a really long-winded response too. I don't think we're like actively trying to put ChatGPT into the game maker. I know there are people who are interested in doing that, but it's not immediately on the roadmap, I don't think.
Basically what I said, and I also added, if the Sandbox was to do something like this, I think that they would use their own software as opposed to going something like ChatGPT. But that was just my personal opinion on the side of things.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think we have some people who like do some work with AI models, but I don't think we don't have like a department or like some, like, a head of the AI model work group or anything like that.
Gotcha. One other question, and then we'll do we'll announce the winner. So if you haven't entered the contest, you still want to, please do it ASAP. But from Pot Plucker over on Twitch, they asked, since a 0.10 update, I have not been able to launch the game. It gets hung verifying files. I have been told to delete TSB folder. Is that the recommended fix?
Yes, that's always the recommended fix. It's always harmless to do that. So I actually have. I made Lukus disappear again. I'm sorry, Lukus.
It's okay. It's an important question.
You're back. So this is something that I've had to do so often over the past few years, and also I have other reasons to be rooting around in this folder from time to time, multiple times a week, that I actually have the TSB gaming folder pinned to my Windows Explorer. If you're wondering how to do that, you can go to your C drive or whatever your main hard drive is for your computer. And I'm sorry, I don't know the Mac address for this. So this is a Windows tip. But go to your C drive, users, your username. In my case, my username is computer, because the people who built my computer decided that was a good name for it. App data, local low, and then TSB gaming is the folder name. And if you go up a level, so we got TSB gaming, you can just right click on it and pin to quick access. And that's how it shows up right here. So you can see I have TSB gaming, and I also have the VoxEdit folder pinned here because I'm in those folders a lot throughout
all
the
the
week.
time.
Yeah, just various things that I have to do. So what's in the TSB gaming folder, you can delete everything, and the only consequence is that it's going to have to re-download stuff. You don't have to reinstall the game maker. You don't have to reinstall the game client. You don't have to reinstall the game launcher. But the next time you open those things, it will take time to re-download everything in this folder, because that is the data cache. So sometimes when you upgrade to a new version, or if you have to downgrade to a previous version, like if you were working in a game jam, you accidentally installed the new version, and before you launched your game, you went, "Oh no, I didn't want to edit my game jam entry with the new version and mess it up." And you uninstall the new version and you reinstall the old version. You might want to delete one of these folders. So there's Game Maker. There's also the Sandbox. So the Sandbox is the game client. Game Maker is the Game Maker folder. And what's in here is the cache of everything. all the 3D model assets, the experiences that you've been working on or played in the gallery. All that stuff, once it downloads, is cached and stored, so that way it doesn't have to download the next time you access them, and it saves you time, it saves bandwidth. But these files can sometimes have certain version quirks that mean that they are specific to a version that you were in, and if you go to another version, it sees the old file there and goes, oh, you've got it, we're good. But there's something about that file that was specific to the version that you were in, so the new version is not compatible with it. And so deleting that whole folder should fix it. Now, there is a repair tool on the Sandbox launcher. I think we didn't mention this. This was another thing that I forgot to mention. So if you go to Play Sandbox, there's a little... Ooh, Lukus is in front of it. Here we go. There's a little gear here next to the play button, right above where it says your version. And you can uninstall. You can open file location. Oh. Ooh. Oh, well, that's not as helpful as I thought it was going to be. This just opens the installer folder, which I almost never... The actual installer folder, I almost never need to go into. It's always the cache folder that I have to go into. So you got a few different things here, but the top one is called repair. So repair will actually check what files you have and hopefully fix them if they need to be fixed. But I have had some people report that even using repair has not fixed like crashing or failure to launch issue that they had. But deleting the folder has almost always helped. And you can just delete everything in here if you want.
I've had a lot of people say that was the solution to the problem for them. So
yeah, I was hoping that repair would basically do that. I was hoping repair would like delete the folder, but it seems like sometimes repair doesn't fix everything yet. So I mean the launcher is brand new. We're gonna figure out better ways to do things. Thought your computer green screened for a second. What? No, we're good.
Me?
Because of the grass.
Yeah.
The
Green
grass in the
background.
yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, just deleting that folder has almost always helped. If anybody tells you to do that, they probably know what they're talking about because they know to do that. And there's literally no reason to not do it unless you're like on a metered. If you have a metered internet, which I think it's ridiculous that still exists as a thing, but it's, you know, some countries that's more common. If you have a download cap, then you might not want to delete that cache folder, but you might need to in order to get your stuff to work. So what you could try doing, if you have a metered connection, and I don't know if this will work or not, you could try deleting specific folders. So if you go to the game maker, try leaving client world 0 and deleting the other stuff. Client world 0 has the cached assets. So hopefully, and I'm not sure if it would work, hopefully the game maker would see that all these files, which are all the 3D models, it would hopefully see that those are still there and not re-download them, and it would just check that they're still there. And hopefully whatever your problem is has something to do with these other files and folders that are in here. So hopefully that would fix your issue and save you the bandwidth. But if you're not on a metered connection, if you have, you know, unlimited download, I would just delete the whole folder. It's fast and easy. It might take you like 5-10 minutes to download depending on your internet speed. It takes me like, I think, under a minute to download all the things again. So yeah, that usually helps. We got a winner for that Game Jam entry.
Before we do that, Panda Pops has let us know that there is a news of the week video in the folder. So
we're gonna check that out.
Why don't we pull that up and I'll finish the winner then.
Okay, well, I still have to download the file, so.
Oh, gotcha. Well, then give me 1 second. Oh. Whew.
At least we got some bit chip tunes.
What was
rocking in the
that?
background here. I meant to.
Oh,
My brain was going like 8-bit and chip tunes at the same time, so I called them bit chip tunes.
mm, I love the 8-bit songs. Anything that reminds me of like old school video games. I always vibe really well with it. Got ourselves a winner. Just need to make sure they don't already have it. Where did my folder go? Oh, there it is.
And so, because I haven't previously set up this news of the week, what? Why is it? Oh, because it's not.
You ready for me to announce that winner?
Yeah, go ahead and announce.
Alrighty. Congratulations goes out to Lauren Soul. You have won Wizard of the Orange's singed hat. Enjoy it, my friend.
Hey.
Wear it with pride.
Congrats.
Woo, 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 woo. Congrats, Lauren. I know you are always in the chat. Even if you're not always talking, you're always here. And you're always lurking, and we appreciate that. You don't need to be active in the chat, but we just appreciate the fact that you're here and you're part of the community. And I know you enter these contests a lot, so it's really nice to see you win.
All right. So we're going to switch over to the news for a minute. I have not pre-tested the volume or audio setup on this, so we may encounter some technical difficulties getting the news started, but we're doing it live, folks. Lukus and I will be back in a few minutes. Ooh, that was a little abrupt. Sorry. Here we go.
For Hellboy avatar owners of 50k Sound. Hello everyone and welcome back to the news of the week. Let's jump right into it. First up, Game Maker 0.10 has been released. Make sure to go download the new version for both Game Maker and the game client. For the event, we have Magnificent Century, 50k sand prize pool for avatar owners, and this will end on May 16th. We then have Action City by Lionsgate. This one will end on May 5th. And there is a prize pool for Hellboy avatar owners of 50k sand distributed between all of those that complete the event. Other events that we have are the Habbo. The other events that we have are the Habbo Space Hotel for avatar owners. The Isle Adventures open to is that for? We don't currently have any game jams or Vox Edit contests running right now, but do keep an eye on those event pages for you to be able to register for game jams and to see what Vox Edit contests are available. Alternatively, you can check out our Discord where all of our contests are announced there, as well on Twitter. We do have an avatar collection coming out, the Hamsters Doodles collection. Alalis Min is April 24th, public sale is April 25th, and the avatar reveal is April 29th, with an event coming soon. Now on to our mentions of the week. Firstly, Loud Meta with this amazing voxel asset they have created. I'm assuming this may have been for the Yes Chef game jam. Look at those voxel cooking skills they have created right there. You then have Craver with their character that is meant to be their main character they mentioned for their experience. Looks super cool, so definitely go make sure that you are following Craver so you can see what else they're up to. Oak 6 has these amazing voxel shoes that they have created. Make sure to go check those out. For our experience mention, Chicago Noir is an absolutely amazing experience. We have played it live on stream. It's really good. It's a good game. Play it. Another experience to mention is Hello Helpers by Meta Guild Studios. Super creepy experience, really, really well made. Definitely go check this one out. Just play it. For our asset mention, I wanted to draw attention to this amazing antique cabinet that has been created by Tail Quail. The level of detail in this is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. There's two animations. They're static, so the clock isn't moving, and then one where the clock on the top is. This really, really nice, super affordable at 7.75 sand. If you want to grab yourself one of these and fill one of your experiences up. That's the end of the news of the week, so back to your regular scheduled content.
And we're back. All right. So, we had one more thing that I wanted to go over today before we say goodbye for the weekend. We had a question weeks ago now from Wayward Escapades about how NFT gating works. I don't know if Wayward is here,
I
but
don't believe he is.
we'll make sure that she sees this. So I wanted to we wanted to try to see like what just how it worked in general. And I feel like there were specific questions that came up that we couldn't answer right away. But we'll just go over the whole process of not NFT gating, the NFT sensor. Like so we're just gonna kind of like live tutorial it and learn about it. So let's grab some assets here. And oh wait, we forgot our background music. By we, I mean Lukus. I didn't forget anything.
Yeah, obviously me.
All right. So we wanted to see how it worked with the avatar. So it is collection based. So let's put a door that will only open if we have the correct avatar. Okay. So we're gonna put that up here, and we're gonna make a VIP room. Oops.
Can there be a bouncer at the door?
Sure. You know what? We'll talk to the bouncer, and he won't let us in if we are not the right kind of avatar.
Oof.
So we're gonna put a door here, and all right, just a simple space. And oh, our door's backwards. All right, and Max here is going to be our bouncer. And he's going to be a asker. And no health. We can't kill the bouncer.
Wayward Escapades is here.
Hey, Wayward. How's it going? So you had some questions about NFT gating a while back. And we had like 2 game jams in a row, and me doing the FPS first-person shooter thing, and then I got sick, and it's just been a whole bunch of like things happening. 0.10 came out, so we're gonna try to figure out NFT gating here on the live. So we're not gonna have anything that closes this. Actually, let's try to do this in a multiplayer scenario where the door is activated based on
Magic word.
Well, like the door only unlocks if somebody can unlock it, right?
If somebody's
So,
already inside, got it.
well, if we're the right avatar, the door will be unlocked for us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna interact with the door, and let's just see. Okay, so we can interact with the door. I forgot to put the clothes back on. Interact. All right, but we're gonna toggle it off. Toggle. And turn on message will be pass will be the message. Initial state is false. All right, and let's see, behavior. What's this called? Sensor. Oh, it's a component, isn't it? If I can spell. Okay. So we got the NFT sensor. Message required. So we're going to have the asker behavior first. And A1 is going to trigger that. And have no response for the other things. Speaker's name is Max. And he says, hey, are you allowed in here? And yeah, buddy, step aside. And sorry, I don't think so. All right, so A1 will activate our NFT sensor, and it's going to look for, not for a token ID, that would be a URL from the Sandbox assets. We're going to do collection. And the collection is going to be Steve Aoki, which we can't type in this. We have to manually scroll through all of these. Let's see, I'm probably going to end up passing by it, but let's find it here. There's so many collections. Oh, here we go. Steve Aoki. All right, success message is going to be pass. Failure message is going to be fail. I guess failure is already in there. We'll use that. And show failed user interface true. And we are also going to have a speaker component where he's going to yell at us. Hey, you're not a real Aoki. Speak condition is wait for message, and that's failure. And let's see. Oh, broadcast type, we can change that to self for the asker. All right, so we talked to Max. He asks if we're allowed, and we get the A1 if we say yes. Oh, I spelled buddy wrong. I wrote it booty. Sends message to self, A1, does the NFT sensor. If we pass, he lets us in. Or it unlocks the door, I should say. And if we fail, speaker component yells at us and doesn't send a message. All right. So, he should let us in. So we go up to him. Says, "Hey, are you allowed in here?" And we say, "No, sorry," and nothing happens. Door is currently locked. And then, "Hey, are you allowed in here?" "Yeah, buddy, step aside." Door should be unlocked now. Hey, let us in. Cool. All right, let's add some interact components. Not interact. What's the word I'm looking for? Indicator. Max the bouncer. And display interaction true.
So I was muted again. From Wayward Escapades over on Twitch TV, does it only affect one person's instance, or would someone else be able to walk in behind them?
That's what we're going to figure out. So we're going to set up a couple other things, and then we're going to do the test link and share that to the chat. So if you want to help me test this, make sure you have GameMaker 0.10.6 installed. There will be a link in the chat shortly where you can join me and we can test this live to see if somebody else can open the door also. Because I also don't think... I think if we use this and I open the door, because it's a multiplayer door and we only have multiplayer doors, it will open the door for everyone. But we can try that. You don't have to do this with the door. You could also do this with a teleporter. So you could teleport a player to a VIP section instead of opening a door. But we also have group teleporting now. So I could also, in theory, pull everybody to a new spawn space. So we're going to try a couple different things here, including player versus environment. Yep, we're going to test a bunch of things here. What was I had asked you to make a note, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was that note about?
Note, immune to attacks. You wanted to look back later on this topic. You mentioned it while we were talking about turret attacks.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to go over that this time. I'm going to experiment with that.
So it's a question for a later date then.
Yeah. Oh, actually, good point, Wayward. You want the game client installed. So actually, you should have 0.10.7 installed for the game client, because when I generate this test link, it's going to open it in the game client for everybody when you click on it. So make sure you have that installed. I forgot that the test link takes you to the client. Good catch. No quest cursors. Display over. Oh, why is it so high? I'm gonna drop it down to 0, vertical offset.
Wayward said, "Oh, I don't have an Aoki, so this is a way to test multiple things."
Yes. That's good. I have an Aoki, so we can see what happens if somebody who doesn't have an Aoki tries to do it. And once I open it for everybody else, we see if other people can open it. So I'm going to unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be able to open and close it. But if I close it, can other people still open it? That's
good question.
Yeah. So we're figuring out how all of this works. We're going to save too.
Remember, once you publish an experience and you hand out that link, we can't redo that for like an hour.
Yeah. So we're gonna set up everything first,
Mhm.
and then we'll test it out. I mean, we could do it without the link sharing, and we could just do it through the Game Maker gallery. But I don't know. It's fun to use the new features.
Let's put it on the map. Let's put it on the map.
Bless you. Not on the map, but the client.
Yeah. Put it on the client?
Yeah, the test link. But okay, so this interaction is working. We're gonna put an indicator here also. Display name, Aoki Club Room Dorm. Display interaction. Open. Quest cursor is off. I feel like, wasn't there a thing that if the behavior's off, we could turn off the indicator? I feel like that was a change. Display interaction, true. Custom text, open. Linked quest ID. Quest cursors, display over. This is 20. Circle offset 0. Display, interact VFX. The toggle doesn't have it. I feel very much like there was something. Oh, wait, maybe it was, was it in switch? Switch state. Starting state A, B. No. Actor property. Thank you, Vvox. I knew that there was a thing. Is actor property only single player? Or is it a behavior? It's a behavior. Actor property switcher allows changing actors' properties on demand. Okay. I don't need it there. What scenario would we use this? Actor property switcher. Message required. Trigger. Activate type. Fixed. Properties. Collision visibility. Would we use this as a parent? Visible UI. Wait, we could change it to everyone in range? What? Selected actors. Interesting. I wonder why this is a behavior. Okay, so we can, we're just going to add a logic donut then. Why am I looking there? It's over here. Logic asset. Are the logic donuts darker? Or oh, I think it's just the angle of the lighting. Why can't I move by half space? There we go. All right. So we're gonna make this the actor property. Message required is going to be pass. And activation type fixed. Properties. UI visibility. So the UI visibility is on by default. So we're going to have something turn it off at the start. Right? Display error, interact VFX. Interesting. I feel like this one needs a little work unless I'm not understanding it correctly. So we're actually going to have two of these. So message required is going to be none. It should just start instantly. Activation type fixed. UI visibility should be false. And it's going to go to selected actors. Target is going to be the door. So it's going to turn off the user interface when we first join. And then it's going to turn off the user face when we first join and then turn it on. True. When we talk to Max. Really missing some cool sounds in the sandbox. It's so easy to add them. Why do we have only so few? So it's not so easy to add them because I mean it would be the same as adding assets basically. One of the things to consider is like people adding copyright music and stuff. You get a lot of legal trouble if people are distributing audio that is not licensed. Like, you know, that's the kind of thing that could get an entire platform shut down like overnight because things are pretty litigious. So if you, you know, it's not so big of a deal with sound effects for games, but it is a big deal with music. So letting users add music is a big deal. And something that has to be, you know, we already have the tool to do that with the streaming audio. Like I'm able to add music to the game without causing update for it. And I have in the past. I've added some songs to the game maker for people. But as far as like allowing that platform to be open for everybody, that is something where we're going to have like a kind of like what YouTube has, where it senses like, hey, this song's by Taylor Swift. You don't have permission to upload that, and would block that. So that way, you know, lawyers don't come after us, the sandbox, and you as a user. But there are more sound effects coming to the game maker, and you know, actual like game sound effects. I don't know when exactly that's happening, but I do know that that's being worked on. There's I'm excited about what's going to be there. I'm not going to say too much about it because I haven't been given permission to talk about it yet. But it's coming. There are definitely more
beans without beans is what Alex is saying.
Yeah, we do have an audio director, Benjamin Baldini, I think. I don't remember the last name off the top of my head, but yeah, he's responsible for the new orchestral song that we have on the main menu, which is great. And he's working hard on getting more audio for everybody. So we got visibility true, selected actors for the door, and that's on pass. So let's see what this looks like. So we've got Max the Bouncer. We've got, we do still have the open.
Is it Benjamin Beladi? Beladi?
Yeah. Okay, so that didn't work. Maybe we do need a message on start. Activation type, message required. I mean, maybe having none there will... Nope, that's still there. All right, so maybe we need a message broadcaster on game start. Oop, not multi, message. It doesn't hide display interaction from what I've heard. That's what I thought it was there for. Is there is a child hiding behind me.
I can be honest.
Does
I
it-
thought your house
does
was
it
haunted. There was a
hide-
ghost behind you.
Does it hides the variable interface? Because I don't see why I can select the target. Otherwise, Maggie, can you please stop pulling on the chair? You're making it like lean back on me. The indicator visibility state to apply targets when the behavior is triggered. It says indicator right there. Oh, doesn't hide display interaction. Oh. But that's what I want it for. Okay, I understand what you mean. So it's... Yeah, so we don't see it there. But if we... It's still not displaying the interaction, though. Oh, wait, what? It's not showing the E key.
Mm-hmm.
Well, oh, weird. I don't... You see that the E is not showing up.
Yeah.
I feel that's a bug, because it shows E when I click it. It's like, guess which key you're supposed to press. Interesting. But it's still not showing it overhead. Message required. Oh, pass is only going to self. That's why that's not working. Pass should be going to everybody. Broadcast type. Say all. Broadcast type, everyone. Oh no, it's going to everyone in range. Sorry about that.
Doing
I
okay
couldn't
with
find
the
the
big
mute
guy?
fast enough. Just, you know, phlegmy lungs. It's all right. Just trying to kick this cold. All right. We got... Why is the door still not showing? Is it because... Is this message repeating? Maybe, Maybe because this doesn't have a message, it just keeps on doing it over and over. Lemon ginger tea.
I love
don't know
lemon
about that.
tea.
I'm not big on lemon. Okay, we got UI visibility, filter mode. I like peppermint tea.
Yeah.
I've been digging some peppermint tea. That actually for the longest time with some honey. No honey. I'm diabetic. No, I just I'm asthmatic and I'm getting over a cold, so Snapple peppermint tea was my mom and mine's favorite for the longest time, the iced peppermint tea. And,
I didn't know they did that.
They got rid of it in like the early 2000s.
Because they hate joy?
I don't like
Is that
monk
why
fruit.
it is?
I tried monk fruit sweetener and I don't like it.
I feel like with monk fruit sweetener, with regular sugar, it's like 1 spoonful. With monk fruit, it's like 17 spoonfuls.
Wayward, that was the goal all along.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna make you give up.
oh.
Nah, I don't like. I don't like unsolicited health tips while I'm streaming and not feeling good.
Okay.
Just me. It's like an ADHD thing. It's when I get suggestions, it's the immediate the immediate reaction is to go, I'm not gonna. And I don't know if you remember Julia, but if
Mhm.
Julia ever like didn't want to do something, the way we would convince her to do it is say, you're not gonna do it. You're not real. You won't do it. And she'd be like, fine, I'll wash my dishes. And it's because we told her that she wouldn't do it, and she's like, ugh, but I'm gonna. Was her reaction. So that's just the way my brain works when I start hearing like drink tea. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna drink tea. That's just the way it is.
It's fair.
It's totally toxic. It's 100% toxic, and I recognize it in myself. But it's just I'm doing okay. Just 3 days for a cold, and I'm kicking it. I'm feeling better. All right, so we've got this. I think this just keeps on activating because we don't have a message for it. I'm actually wondering if I do it as toggle, is it just gonna keep on firing over and over again? I'm curious now.
Do it. You're not gonna do it.
Oh, my mouse is.
You're
Why
not
is my
gonna do it.
mouse pointer appearing? What? Don't have a G Fuel. There you go. I actually don't like this flavor of G Fuel. It's the Pac-Man like cherry lollipop or something.
It sounds amazing.
It's a little. I mean, it's not bad, but it tastes like cherry medicine kind of.
Okay. I was gonna say, but Pac-Man would literally eat anything. So is his taste really that discerning that we want to go
Right.
off of his like culinary recommendations?
I do like
I think
this.
not.
Why is my mouse not? My mouse cursor's like stuck being on top. Is it because of that? I think we found a bug. What if I turn off the toggle? No, my mouse is still. What is going on with my mouse? Usually I could like hit enter and like interact with that and then it would go away, but for some reason my mouse cursor is still, it's not locking into the screen. Weird. Okay. All right, we're going to try activating this with a message broadcaster. Maybe my mouse needs some tea. You know what? I think that would actually probably solve my issue if I just dunked my whole mouse into a cup of tea. Then I wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. Message broadcaster. We're gonna send trigger. Does the ODD?
I feel like my tooth is gonna come out right now.
You're gonna lose a tooth? Okay. Well, we know what to do if it happens, right?
But what if I lose it?
What do you mean? Would like misplace it?
No, what if like it comes out and then I can't find it?
Then
If she
we'll
swallows
figure
it,
it out.
the tooth fairy will go looking for it.
Tooth fairy, maybe.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's fine. We've lost. Remember, Auntie Joe lost a tooth and couldn't find it. Okay. But if you don't want to lose it right now, don't be pushing on it.
It's happened before at school.
Yeah. So somebody had a question about does the ODD manifest?
Yeah, you know me.
Sorry, Lauren Soul. I'm not sure what your question means. All right. So we're gonna do message broadcaster, trigger all broadcast type once, broadcast only once, and we're gonna have it send to this trigger. Action type fixed, UI visibility. So that is going to set that to false for the door. Desert building door. And then this one should get pass and turn on the visibility. And maybe this will fix it. So you still get the interaction. Kind of annoying. Yeah, buddy, step aside. Oh, hey, my mouse disappeared. All I had to do was talk to Max. And we still... I don't understand this visibility properties switcher. I don't get it. I don't understand how that works. We'll figure that out some other time. So we're not gonna mess with any of those. We're just gonna have the interact, pass, OK Club door, open, and are we still not seeing? Oh wait, I might be. Did I do something really dumb? I'm not saying I'm dumb. I'm saying I might have done something dumb.
I like how you caught that.
I wonder if the interaction is inside the stone block. Display over. It was in the wall the whole time. And now my mouse is back floating around. Why? Why?
The files are in the computer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the interaction is in the cobblestone. All right. So, and I just deleted all those logic donuts. Let's put those back then. We're gonna move this up here. All right, one. All right, behavior, actor, switcher. Message required, none. Action type, fixed. Properties, UI visibility, false. And it's going to go to specified actors of door. All donuts are logical. Yeah. We're going to duplicate it and then go UI visibility true when we get the message pass. Okay, so, that's not off. So we do need a message to start it. And we're going to go here. Message broadcaster. Message donut. Just say donuts instead of logic donuts. But I don't want to make people like too hungry, right? They need to know it's a logic donut and not a food donut. Because these are not edible. Message to send is going to be trigger. Broadcast duration once. Broadcast only once true. And then we're going to change this to activate with trigger. And play. Hey, it's hidden. And then if we talk to Max, it shows up. Okay, so the thing always worked. It's just because it was displaying behind the stone. Good grief.
As one does every once in a while.
I did it the right way incorrectly. So we're gonna... It's so high up. I feel like the vertical offsets went up a meter in this version. Like I have to drop them down now or something.
There is one thing I wanted to ask you about when you're done with this.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a second for an actual question, you're entirely done with this, we can ask it then.
It might be a while. Because we're gonna add like a teleporter and a combat room and stuff.
Okay, well, how about this? Why don't you jump over to the Sandbox marketplace and literally pull up any asset real quick?
Sure. What I want for donuts, because I really shouldn't be eating donuts, but what I want for a donut is just the cake part of a donut with no frosting. So like whether it's
Like an old fashioned.
yeah, but I feel like most old fashioned donuts are different than their frosted donuts.
Yeah, I do too.
I want an unfrosted donut. I want the yeasty flavor of a donut without the extra frosting on top. Just
Okay.
not a glazed donut. I want a frosted donut without the frosting.
Yeah.
Because I like that yeasty donut flavor. And I mean I like the frosting, but I really should minimize my sugar intake. And
Shouldn't we all?
well, yeah, but it's medically important for me. And bagels are the most healthy type of donuts. I mean, it depends on how many carbs you're looking to get, because actually a donut has fewer carbs than a bagel does. Depending on the bagel, depending on the donut, a donut will have fewer carbs because it's less dense, it has less grain in it. So, if you're just trying to watch your carb intake, a donut's actually healthier than a bagel.
So,
Hmm?
so
You want to try to solve this thing?
it's all black.
Yeah. Oh, it's all dusty too.
I don't get it.
You warm it up with your hands. All right. What? Just any like equipment or
Anything.
characters?
Yeah, just pull up an piece of equipment.
We're gonna look at these topaz trailblazers. That's what we're gonna look at.
Perfect.
Blueberry donuts are good. I do like the more cakey donuts, like blueberry donuts and cinnamon donuts and stuff.
Cinnamon raisin bagel with like blueberry cream cheese. Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay, so you're clicking on the Topaz Trailblazers with the left mouse button. Now
Yeah.
click on it with the right mouse button and move around.
yes, this is a newer feature.
Okay,
Since-
I was about to say, is this new or did I just stumble on that?
it's new. It's new since we got the glowy backgrounds with the new catalysts and the new render engine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never noticed
very
that,
nice.
and it's so nice because there's
Yep.
so often where I would spin something and the center
like-
axis would be all the way off to the side, and I wouldn't actually see what I wanted to see on the item.
Right.
And now that I can do that, I'm just like, oh my god, this makes viewing assets on the marketplace so much easier. And I didn't know if this was something I just missed or if it was brand new, and I wanted to point it out.
Yeah, or if you're trying to look at something big
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to look at all the details, and you can zoom in to the site, like, okay, it's a little bit bigger, and then you zoom in and you're like, okay, I'm trying to look at like a specific detail at a certain angle. So now you can right click and pan around.
Yep.
So
It's so cool and so
yeah.
useful.
it's
I
a
feel
lot
like
better.
as of late, or since since 0.10 came out, we've been discussing a lot of features that are they seem like really small little tweaks, but they're making this world so much more efficient and effective for the use of our time or for developer time. And so somebody on the back end is like,
Moving up.
I got an idea, and it's a good one, and they just keep blasting out one after another, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, the team's definitely been working faster on little improvements that make big quality of life changes. The drawback to this right click to drag is we lost our right click image copy. You used to be able to right click and copy image, and it would basically take a screenshot of the whole view panel. So if you were zoomed in, it would crop it to this view panel, but it would take a screenshot of the whole thing with transparency, so you wouldn't have a
PNG.
background. Yeah, it would be a PNG, and it would it made it really easy to copy something into Photoshop without having to actually render it in Light Tracer or Blender or something. You would get the nice lighting from this. It would looks better quality than like a screenshot in VoxEdit. So you would get this nice view, and you could immediately paste it into Photoshop or something and be able to edit images with it. So that was cool, but I think having the pan is even more useful. Wouldn't it be nice to have the artist name before clicking on the asset? Yeah, I mean, you have to think about like how much space you want to take up with the card. We already have the names of items truncating, so it's just like another detail on there. I mean, I wouldn't mind having the artist names. Can you? It's a little loud with your elbow on the desk. She's turning the Rubik's Cube thing, and I can hear all the vibrations coming in through my desk. So yeah, I mean, it would be cool to have the username, but it would take up more real estate. So is there still like a suggestion submission form? There used to be one. Like
I know that there is.
The
I just don't remember where it is.
Yeah. Oh, look at this guy. What is this?
Hmm?
This is by the Sandbox game. What is this from? This is an official Sandbox asset. Look at this face. Look at this creepy guy.
That's cool.
He reminds
super
me.
Rad.
He reminds me of like Disney villains, kind of, just with how like curved the face is.
I was just about to say he's got like a Wreck-It Ralph vibe, and that's why I like really want to like head on down to the bar with this guy and have a drink with him and just hear his story.
I'm guessing that's part of an IP, but I don't know which one. I mean, maybe it's just an original character by one of our artists. That's cool. I'm gonna have to figure out who that was by. All right, so our interact thing here is working. I'm kind of bummed that it doesn't remove the interaction thing. Like, that's even more useful to me, I think, but it is what it is. So we've got that working. Now we also want to have a teleporter. So let's put an area up here. And oh, I keep on pressing the wrong buttons because of the changes with the update. Let's see. Stone and basic. Because it's still got to look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is going to be our teleport location. So we're going to have an asker here. Oops. Oh. Maggie's using my color changing Rubik's Cube.
It changed like hyper colored.
I'm going to show it on the camera. It's heat sensitive, so it looks all black. Oh, it's cool. The green screen is making the green ones disappear, but when it cools down, they all turn black. So
that's awesome.
You have to warm it up with your hand. You can see the yellow's getting darker. You have to warm it up with your hand in order to see what you're doing. You can kind of see it when it's all black, but it's very, very faint.
Makes you work for it. I'm cool with
that. Do you want to go to the top? Take me there and take everyone there. No thanks. So So one of these is actually going to take everybody in the game, I think. And let's see. Now we need to add NFT gate or NFT sensor. So I keep on calling it a gate, but it's an NFT sensor. And condition is going to be collection, Steve Aoki, wherever he is. Steve. Where is it? Oh, there it is. So this will be if it teleports. Success and no failure message, show failed UE, yes. And I think teleports, here we go. Multiplayer teleport. Teleport. Destination is going to be the tree. Instant teleportation, false. We're going to give a 3-second delay. And group teleport is false. So this is just for the single player one. Message on finish, none. Then we're going to add a logic donut here. And that's going to be our teleport all. Bless you? I think. Was that a sneeze?
No.
Oh.
That's coughing.
Oh, okay. We don't have anything that you say if you cough. Broadcast type all. Okay, good. I'm going to put it in the middle because I think that teleport gives a range. So we're going to put it about here. Okay, can you stop dragging stuff onto this, please? It's very loud in my headphones. Add component, teleport, message required, teleport all. Teleport destination is to the tree. Give a 3-second delay, group teleport, and then, yeah, we can just select the entire map. So this is going to give somebody with the Steve Aoki avatar the power to teleport everybody. And I'm actually going to, do you want to go to the top? This will only work if you are a Steve Aoki avatar. And that way people, I mean, that's just a good thing to like put in there.
Let them know.
All right, and we're gonna go 50. Oh, is that too big? Oh, no, that's about right. Okay, 50 by 50 by 50. So this is just gonna grab everybody who's playing and put them at the top of the hill. And now we also want to check what happens with the and or NFT sensors. So we should have, we'll do some VFX. So like set off fireworks or something. Actually, I'm gonna add an asset for it. All right. So we're gonna have an interaction and VFX. So the first thing should be the NFT sensor. And it's going to check. Oh yes, this gremlin's been behind me for the past hour. We're going to interact. So it's going to check if you have a specific Wizzy item. I'm going to make it something that I know that I have and that other people don't have. So I think
I'm done.
You're done.
I can't do it.
It's hard.
I'm like so close to done heating it up and solving it, and
Yeah.
like, I can't.
It's okay. Rubik's Cubes are difficult.
They are.
Did it not go to the collection? Wizzyverse. Oh, weird. It's crashing the collection to the homepage when I try to go there. Marketplace. Wizzy. It's the same URL, but when I try putting it in directly, it was crashing to the homepage. Weird. Okay. So let's go with the admin mage hat. Or actually, let's go with something that some other people have. Who has?
Do the rabbit's avatar. A bunch of people have those.
No. I mean, for an item, something that some people will have, but not
That
everybody.
staff, the oak staff that you were giving out.
No, I'm thinking like somebody watching has the orange hat, definitely. So we'll do the orange hat. Validate. Okay. Continue. All right, so this one is going to be the orange hat, condition, and Aoki avatar. I never find it on my first scroll. I always have to like go back. I scroll one way and then I find it on the way back. It's kind of like plugging in a USB. There it is. I always pass it one way and then double back and I find it.
It's funny because as you were describing that, the first thing I thought of was plugging in a USB. I'm like, oh, there we go. Yeah, got to flip it over.
Okay, so we got condition and Stevie Aoki. Success. Can we have it do like self? Yeah, broadcast type self. Oops. That's not what I meant to have happen. Self. Okay. So success message of self. Oh, was I using success for something else? Hey, this is a good time for us to use our inspector and see who is sending.
Yeah, it is.
Self. Nobody's sending self. So good. Oh wait, no, success. That's what I'm looking for. Ancient lever. Maximilian. I think Maximilian is sending success to all, isn't he? We don't want that. Sending success to everyone in range. Okay. And that range is... Oh, he can just send it to himself. I'm going to send it to self. There we go. So it would have been out of range. It wouldn't have caused an issue, but we can make sure that it's not going anywhere except himself. Cool. Good use of the message inspector. We're learning things. All right. So this one, you need to have both the orange hat and a Steve Aoki avatar in order to get the success message. And that will set off a fire. Oh, what am I doing? VFX. Visual VFX. Enabled at start is false. We're going to have success turn it off and on. So it'll
Also,
just toggle
just a heads
it.
up. I've got about 10 minutes left, and then I got to run.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try to hurry this up then. Fire. And we're going to move it up on top of this thing. And we're going to make it a bit bigger. Global scale. And 3. There we go. All right. So that's going to set the switch on fire. That should work for me to... Whoa. It's still got the box around it. Interesting. Okay. And then I interact with it again. Turns off. Cool. Okay. So... that's good. We're going to duplicate this and move it over here. Oh, wait. We want an indicator to tell what it's doing. So we're going to add component, indicator, and display name is going to be Aoki and hat. Display interaction, interact, no quest cursor. Edit logic, display, interact VFX, and now Aoki and hat. Cool. All right. Now we can duplicate it. And we're going to put it over here. And we're going to change this to hat only. Oh, sorry. Aoki or hat. And we're going to change this condition to or. So now, for this one, it should only work for me or anybody who has both the Aoki and the orange hat. This one should work if you have Aoki or an orange hat. You don't have to have both. And we're going to add a couple more scenarios here. And we're going to duplicate both of these. Oh, I love that it's a half space offset now instead of the weird random diagonal that it was doing. Can you make a not gate so you can only enter if you don't have either?
Interesting.
Maybe. I'm not going to try to figure that out right now.
Thank you.
I mean, you can... The NFT sensor can... it just sends a message. That's all it does. So you could have it send a message on failure. So yes, actually, if it fails, if the sensor fails, you could have it send a message specific to that. So you could unlock a door for people who only don't have a thing. it's kind of funny. I mean, it'd be like you could have an easy mode. If you want to do a race and you want to do like, this is the race for people who have speed items, and this is the race for the people who don't have speed items. But that would be difficult to check because you would have to sense so many different items. Like you'd have to make a sensor for every single item. But if there was one specific item that you wanted to block, if you wanted to ban an item from being used in your game, you could have it.
Could you ban all items with speed boosts?
No, because you have to link each. I mean, yes, you could. You'd have to manually grab every URL and check for every single one. But if there are like 5 items that had 100 speed and you wanted to ban those specifically, or I don't know, maybe because of your religious beliefs, a specific equipment item is like offensive to you and you don't want people displaying it in your game, you could have on player entry NFT sensor if they have that item, and if it fails, it sends them to the regular spawner, and if it is true, it sends them to another spawner that like locks them in the basement or something. I don't.
Minigame.
It's silly, but yeah, you could totally sort people based on items in their inventory if they have one token or another token to do a team based item. But then if they have both items, then I don't know, it'd be weird. Okay, so this is going to be we're gonna try adding an additional item. So somebody said they have black and orange hats. So
not Jackie Chan.
Yeah, we're gonna do one that has the black hat. Sorry. Yeah, if you have a bored ape, sorry, can't enter. Yeah, I mean you could sense that and then banish them. I feel like we're enabling something dangerous here.
I was thinking the same thing.
You take no responsibility for what you said. Okay. All right. So this is a sensor for multiple items. So I think part of the question was, if you have multiple NFT token IDs, do you need to have both of these things, or does it not matter? Is it like you can have any of them? And so this one is going to be Aoki and hats, and we're gonna set to and. Oh, sorry, no, it's already on and then we're going to duplicate this, move it over here, and this will be Aoki or hats, or having multiple hats, and we're going to switch this to or. And one last one would be just or hats. And this is going to be condition or. We're going to remove the avatar and hats, question mark. All right. One quick thing I wanted to check out is if I set my avatar to be a custom one.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still count as Aoki? And I don't think I will. Assign team. But where do I set my... Where do I set the player?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. It's because the blue line was underneath both, and it got me confused on which thing I was clicked on. So, okay. Custom avatar. Alpha Dragon, sure, why not? I'm going to play. And, do I count as Steve Aoki? Yeah, buddy, step aside. Oh, I still count as Steve Aoki here. Whoa, I do a flip. What? I don't think I always did a flip. I don't. Well, I don't. There's something interesting going on there.
Yeah, you're a dragon. That's pretty interesting.
Oh, and I spawned on top of the tree. That's cool. I still count as Steve Aoki, and I'm not sure. Oh, the falling works now. That's why. Did you see that? I tumbled through the air. Long falling works now, and it didn't before.
Also, I love the teleporting animation.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's why I'm doing the tumble because I'm flipping to the fall animation.
Yeah.
So we'll have to look into that more later. Okay, so we're gonna leave it as player avatars. So I think if we're forcing a custom avatar, you can still token gate based on the avatar that they have set. But I'm not sure, because what we noticed before, and maybe this changed in 0.10, but in 0.9 at least, you had to have the correct avatar equipped in order for the NFT gating to work, the NFT sensor to work. Okay, so we're gonna go with player avatar, and then last thing is we're putting something with a lot of health here. There is some questions that I need answered about catalysts and like boost values of things.
Okay.
Oh, we got some categories in here. This is gonna update soon. I put a lot of work in. I set up the new category system. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I remember when you were working on that.
I'm still sort of working on that. Just recategorizing a ton of stuff. But yeah, let's go with the legendary. And we're gonna do the bone dragon here. And we're gonna have a boss fight. So everybody who joins in will be able to help damage this guy. We're gonna turn off. He's gonna be defenseless, which will be unfortunate, but or he could passively do damage.
Got good.
He could passively do damage to us, just a little bit at a time.
Poison.
Health, max health. So he's gonna have a lot of health, and then he's gonna have a message broadcaster, and he's gonna send health -1. Edit logic everywhere in. Oops, not that. Everyone in range, broadcast range is just gonna be up close to him, and broadcast duration forever. Delay between broadcast is going to be 2 seconds. So we should get some damage as... Oh no, he hurt himself in his confusion. Edit logic. Every player in range? Role itself, team. Specific tags in range. Broadcast tags. Wait, what? What is this? Immune to attacks, message sent on death. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Message broadcaster. I was editing his health stuff. I don't need that. Oh, death event destroy. He should reset. He should just come back after he heals. And his health bar should always be up. Life bar always. It's gonna be a Dark Souls boss over here. Broadcast duration 2. Wait before broadcast. False. Broadcast duration. Oh, everyone in range. Specific tags in range. And I think the player still has an avatar tag, right? We're gonna put broadcast tags avatar. And I'm gonna double check that the avatar tags, avatar spawn, FSM health, edit logic, tags. Oh, here we go. So we do have to add a tag, avatar. Okay, now he shouldn't be hurting himself, but he should hurt me when I get close. Yay, we get some passive damage. It's almost like too slow. And we can fight him. Cool. Technically, we could have him do his attack animation over and over and have him do damage whenever he does the attack animation. So we actually could make him a boss. He's just not going to move around a whole lot. We're actually going to make this -5 and 1 delay, so it'll kill us a little bit faster. All right, so we got our player versus everything boss fight in here. We've got a token-gated door, token-gated teleporter, and token-gated NFT sensor. I keep on saying token gate. NFT sensor effects that we can turn on with various things. I think that's all the stuff that we were going to try to check out. So let's hit save. And we're going to share the link. There is still a way to make damaging blocks. So you do it from the player spawner now. So if you click on the spawn plate, those options for the player's health component are now under here. You see avatar features. You click on the health component, and now you got damaging and healing blocks there. All right, we're going to get the test link, generate link. I really dig the Bone Dragon too. I am very happy that I have that because only 5 of those were minted, and I have 2 of them. Technically, I bought one of them for the Sandbox, but I don't think Seb ever claimed it from me. The Sandbox had used it in an experience, so the Sandbox needed to buy it from the artist, and they went up for sale, and it was like oh no, this is going to sell out pretty fast because it's a really cool item at a good price, and so I bought it, kind of one for me and one on the behalf of the Sandbox, but the Sandbox never tried to get it back from me, so now I have to. All right, link is in the chat.
At least you're not talking about it in a public forum.
I mean, anytime Seb wants to grab it from me, he can.
I know. I'm just giving you guff.
I might charge interest though for holding.
Ooh, I mean, it's fair.
All right. So when we click on that, we now have this link. You can see I use the experience name 1 a lot, because I make a lot of these little test experiences. Ooh, okay, fires up the launcher. Here we are jumping into the game. Hey, so another cool thing with the spawner is you can now select a spawn area, so you can actually have people spawn like in the vicinity of the spawner instead of all of them stacking up on top of each other. See, now we're not all just standing on each other when you spawn. Look at all these people.
Randomize the location.
Yeah, it'll randomize the location in that area that you select.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. All right, so first thing, we're gonna see what happens if I teleport all of you. Oh, did it cancel?
I think Lieutenant General murdered you in the middle of the teleport.
Is somebody else canceling it? Nobody hit cancel.
Wait, people can cancel it?
I don't know. I don't know if it's canceling it for. Who's canceling it?
I don't think anybody's canceling because it seems to be happening around the same time every time.
Ooh.
That fall took off some real damage.
It is a big fall.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody's hitting cancel.
I don't think anybody's hitting cancel.
Yeah, somebody was hitting cancel. Yeah, I took
Oh.
everybody there. Woo!
Oh, who did it?
I was able to do it. So, I mean, you could disable that by not allowing the cancel. because it worked that time. Yay, we're all up here. Okay, let's jump down. Oh, I died. The fade out happened after I respawned. That was kind of funny. We would need to work on the timing. All right, let's go fight this boss. So I'm doing damage.
Umalidoc says they're stuck on the inventory screen.
We're all doing damage. Oh no, did you get stuck on the inventory screen because of the thing? Oh. They all died before me because I had already died in respawn, so they had less health than me. Yay, we're doing it. We're fighting the boss.
Boss raid.
So yeah, I mean, absolutely. You could definitely. Okay, one possible use of roles of teams is you could use team to select your class. So theoretically, you could have a health boost being like a paladin, or an attack boost being a barbarian, or a speed boost being a
Rogue.
Yeah. But those boosts are temporary. So unless you have like a repeating thing that keeps on giving you the boost every like 30 seconds, because the boosts unless they changed it in 0.10, the boosts have a max like 30 or 60 second limit. But you could have everybody who's on a team get that boost. So you could, in theory, make classes. You could also use your tags for the team class to have specific equipment drop. Yay, okay, so we got a respawning boss fight. That's pretty cool. So you could do like MMO style events where you have a boss that spawns every so frequently. That's actually a cool idea to make a more persistent game environment where a boss spawns only once every hour. So if you keep somebody in the instance and keep the instance running, then the boss will only show up after a certain amount of time, and you might have people queuing up for a boss raid. That's an interesting thought for getting longer gameplay sessions, and have like side quests and stuff for them to do before the boss comes around. You know, keep it interactive. Don't have them just sitting there. So yeah, make a little MMO where a boss spawns only after the instance has been up a certain amount of time, and then after it's defeated, have it wait until the boss spawns again, so everybody can like get set up for a raid. I like that idea. All right, I see some fires have been activated here. Now the problem is that I have all the items, so all of these will turn on for me. So I can't really see what it looks like if I don't have the items, but I can switch to an account that doesn't have the items and see what error messages I get if I don't have the things. And then let's see. Okay, the door is still locked. So I talk to Max the bouncer and I unlock the door. Play game for fun. Can you open that door now? Hey, they can. Okay. So in the case of doors, using the NFT sensor to like unlock a door unlocks it for everybody. And I don't think we have a way to solve that except by using like use a teleport instead of a door, because only I can initiate the teleport. Everybody else can open the door now that I've unlocked it. So you can make a VIP section where you can bring guests with both the teleport by having it be a group and with the door where you just unlock it for everybody. You have a pop-up message about Aoki. Ooh, wait. Oh, somebody else activated. Is somebody else oh yeah, that's an Aoki, right?
It is.
While Pax activated Aoki, Aoki's got a fangirl hanging on here. Oh, and
Of
somebody
course he
somebody
does.
canceled the teleport. Oh well, that's okay.
Hey Alex, I hate to do this, but I gotta
I know.
run.
You gotta go. Thank you, Lucas, for hanging out. You got through all the important parts.
I did, and it was exciting. It's really cool stuff.
So we'll see you on Wednesday.
I will see you then with bells on.
I might be working on the shooter some more on Wednesday. We'll see.
Nice.
All
Very
right.
cool.
Have a good weekend, Lucas. We'll see you next time.
Bye everyone. Bye Alex.
Bye.
Bye Maggie.
Lucas says bye, Maggie. Felicity's in here too. Oh, there's the blur on the on this. That's interesting.
What?
Um,
There's a fairy.
there is a fairy.
Fairy. Oh yeah.
Felicity likes your fairy wayward. I've got both munchkins in here now. Okay. The one other thing that I was gonna try is I'm gonna switch my account to one that doesn't have those items, and try to see what those messages look like. So if I switch to the council account, the council does not have an Aoki avatar, but I think it has both hats. So let's try playing again. Now the thing I'm pretty sure it when it senses for the items as opposed to the avatar, I think any one of the items will work. I think that's always an or function instead of an and. You don't have to have both hats. It's okay if you have one hat or the other hat. I'm just not sure. Oh, there's so many people running around. This is fun.
Oh my goodness, it's like a party of people.
I just made this.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay, so if I check out, wait, why did I log in this account? Is the launcher? Ah, the launcher's logged in as me. That's why. Interesting. So if you're selected on the other account with the launcher, it will still try to connect you the same way. All right. I love how fast these load, though. Like, I mean, I know there's not a lot of content in here, but it is definitely so much faster to get in and out now. What am I? What is this?
Robot? I think you're a robot.
I'm a
Robot wearing a sweatshirt?
What is my thing selected as? On the council's oh.
What?
I'm a Hellboy avatar. But I think the account is selected as a ambassador account.
What?
I don't know why it's selected as an ambassador account though. It didn't used to be. I think we were just testing something. So this is interesting. I'm a stretchy guy.
Oh?
That's pretty funny. It's weird how it's mixing the parts though. That the like I don't have any equipment on. I'm actually really confused about why it's doing the lab coat ambassador for the rest of the body, but not for the chest or the arms. It's interesting. This is the one who skips leg day. Yeah, he skipped leg day so many times that the tendons around the knees have separated. Okay. So I should have all the hats and stuff, but I'm not the Steve Aoki avatar. So if I interact with this, it tells me that I need to have this and this. It's funny, it doesn't note that the orange hat is not missing from my inventory. Oh, it is missing from. I don't have an orange hat.
What?
Interesting. Okay, so I actually need to transfer that real quickly. I'm gonna send an orange hat. Oh, I have to. Oh, I don't have to plug in my ledger because I'm sending to that account. So we're gonna go to the council wallet. I don't know how long it's gonna take the game maker or the game client to update the ownership. So I'm gonna grab this wallet, and I'm just gonna transfer an orange hat to the Wizzyverse wallet. I guess I made the orange hat before or after setting up Belphegor's ball and all that stuff. So that's interesting. I didn't realize I hadn't sent one. So we're gonna send one to the council. Switch network. Continue. There you go. Oh, gas fees are decently low. It's only $1.40 to send this right now, which is $1.39 more than it would cost to send on Polygon. But what? Oh no! We were playing on it for too long. I'm almost done here. We're all gonna go over in a minute. How about you girls tidy up any Legos you're playing with? Okay. All right, that is sending. When giveaway, we already did the giveaway like an hour ago, more than that. Giveaway will be Wednesday for our next one, unless everybody does the giveaway thing on Twitch, which I don't think I see when the Twitch things activate. So if somebody's activated a prize on Twitch and I missed it, I apologize. I will go back through those and check. But if somebody let me know if we unlock the bonus giveaway, because I will have to go on to Twitch and verify that. Don't tell me if it doesn't actually happen. Like, tell me if it does actually happen, because I will double check. But if people spend their points, we could unlock a bonus giveaway. Okay, so that's successfully sent. It should be in the account now. I imagine I'm going to have to refresh. Let's see what happens if I interact with this. Blockchain transactions may take up to 10 minutes to be updated. Please be patient. Well, I'm going to exit and come back, and we'll see if my inventory is updated. Hey, Crash, how's it going? I get that I need orange hat, but I'm wearing it, Aoki, and hats. Other don't react. One second. Let me go back. Play. So Blue Tulip says Aoki and hats don't react. Is it just the one that's Aoki and hats doesn't react? And the other ones do react? All right. Blue Tulip. Is just this one that doesn't react? Okay. This one says I need Wizzy the Orange's Singed Hat and the Black Hat and Steve Aoki. It does say I need all of them. So let me see if the orange hat's in my inventory. Okay, orange hat is in my inventory. Apparently you can't see it being equipped. I have noticed equipping is snappy for me now. It's actually worked. Now I know my avatar's all messed up, but switching between my inventory items now works instantly. And I used to have so many issues with it like not loading the items. And now they pretty much show up instantly, which is great. So Aoki or hats is not. Oh, So Aoki or hats does work. This one was set to be, do I have Aoki or an orange hat or a black hat? This account has the orange hat but does not have a black hat, and I'm able to turn it on and off. So the or function does work for any number of assets that you have set up. If I do hats, question mark, it does turn off and on. Cool. And this one, it says I need all of them. I guess that's one that we didn't check. Dang. And it is going to take a little while for that link to expire, isn't it? How much time does it have left? 27 minutes for expiration time. All right, so I'm gonna share this to the Game Maker gallery, and we're gonna try one more thing. Because I didn't think to try it before. And it's going to be does this work with the and feature? So we've got it or between the two hats. So if we say and, if we say and, do I need to have both hats? Okay. Well, it's about dinner time as soon as I'm done. Okay. You can wait another few minutes. Did you eat your snack yet? You can wait.
But it was so small. I'm so hungry.
You can wait. You're not going to starve between now and the next hour. Turd.
Food.
She had a snack since I started streaming. So can you not dig your elbow or your chin into my shoulder, please?
I need food.
The more you ask about it, the longer it's going to take. All right. So this is going to be and hats. And we're going to save and share to the gallery. So this was I thought about it kind of with the or hats question, but I got it backwards. The or hats wasn't as important as the and hats. Can we token gate to having a bunch of items? And like, can we make something that's exclusive for having multiple items? Now you could definitely chain gates together. So like check if they have one thing, have that message loop to the next thing, have that message loop to the next thing, so you can check multiples. But can we do it all in one behavior really efficiently? So we're going to ask, do you have this hat and this hat? And I'm not sure, because the and or is put between collections and token IDs, it makes it sound like either one of these and or the collection. But I want to know if that and question works. Do I have to have both hats in order for that one to work, or is it just going to check one hat or the other hat? So that's what this one's going to ask, and we're going to share in the gallery. 0.10 NFT sensor testing. Tests, multiplayer experience. So this one you do need to be in the Game Maker for to check it out, because I'm sharing it to the gallery. But I can test this with single player. It doesn't, this part doesn't matter. I have to share it to the gallery because my main account, the one I'm making this on, has both hats. I guess technically I could have tested it by grabbing a different URL for an asset that I don't have, but you know what? That's smarter. Why am I not just doing that? Why do I have better ideas when I'm talking than the idea before I say it out loud? So let's grab an NFT that I don't have. Other works fine. Wait. Can you check Cobland, Austin, Nova Cup time trials? Can you load this experience because crashing on my PC while loading? Oh, okay. I mean, I can try. Just a second here. So let's grab an equipment that I don't own. Oh, this is cute. It's a backpack? Is it animated? It's animated. What is he? Is he just dropping a trail of leaves? Green tea character backpack. A more Pacific. This is cute. Huh. All right. So let's grab the URL for this. I don't own this item. We're going to set this as an and validate, continue, hit play. And let's see now. And hats. Ah. It is saying that I need to have both. Interesting. So if I take that off, I think it was this one, right? Yep. And I hit play. And it turns on. Okay, so we just validated that. If you have and, you do need to have it. You need to have every item. Yep, play game for fun, just confirmed. Cannot activate, you need the black hat. So, so this condition and or applies to all NFT token IDs and the collections. And you can set multiple collections also. Oh. Wait, let's select Aoki and something that I don't have. I don't have a Bored Ape Yacht Club. I didn't realize you could set multiple collections there. Steve Aoki. So I would imagine you can only have one avatar equipped at a time. So I imagine it's not the case. Oh. Huh. Interesting. It does bundle these together. So what if I select another collection that I do have? So instead of Bored Apes, let's go with Omnom. Okay. I'm pretty sure I have an Omnom. Okay, so let's turn off Omnom. And run back. And we got fire. Okay, so it's kind of weird that you can select multiple collections. I guess that's in the case of you using or, right? It doesn't work if you like, so I've got Cooniverse. Actually I don't remember. I think I have a Cooniverse, but I know I have a Snoop Dogg. So avatar gating only works with your equipped avatar. Yeah, see? So it needs all three of these things to be true. But if we change this to be or, it could be Snoop Dogg or Steve Aoki, and we remove these ones. Technically, the label's not true anymore, but that's fine. So it activates. So yeah. So if you select multiple avatars, multiple avatar collections, you have to use or nobody's getting in, right? So if you wanted to, let's say we had a few avatar sets that this was exclusive to, and you wanted them to have an alpha season 1 pass, you would need to loop this through multiple NFT sensors instead of combining it into one behavior, because this or condition means that both Snoop Dogg and Steve Aoki avatars can get in. But if we put the NFTs or the Alpha Season 1 pass as the pass to get in, then pass holders could also get in if they don't have the avatar. So instead, what you would do is you would have this or condition for the 2 avatar sets, and if it succeeds, they have one of those avatars, this success message would go to another NFT sensor behavior that would then sense if they have the pass. And if they have the pass, then it would do whatever your action is. So you can separate out these NFT sensors into multiple chains of logic to filter down to whatever group of users you're trying to target for this thing. One specific use case that I'm really interested in for this is, and I've talked about it on the stream before, is having like a dungeon master. If you mint an item that's just one copy or maybe a handful of copies that for like you and your staff or your ambassadors. I didn't know you were behind me there. I'm sorry. You can scooch. Or I don't. Are you? Oh, did I roll over your dress?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's why you shouldn't sit right next to a rolly chair. I like moved a tiny bit and rolled over the bottom of her dress so she couldn't move. So what was I saying? NFT sensor. So make an item that is exclusive for you and your staff or ambassadors, your team, whatever. And then you can have a teleporter, you can have a room to unlock. Like you could have your team unlock a special VIP room for people who are online the same time as your team. Be like, hey, guess what? The party's here. We're going to unlock the special room that gives you all the cool equipment. You know, you have to catch us while we're online or, you know, we won't be able to open it for you. Teleport them to a special area for an event. Be like, hey, we've got exclusive boss fight over here. We're going to teleport all the players in the game to this special event, you know, a live event. This is so cool for running like live events. You can have a teleporter, you know, just like we have this teleporter here, have it teleport only you to a control room. Take me there. And now you, as the dungeon master, have a whole bunch of controls that are up here and only you can access because you have the exclusive item that's for you and your staff to give you access to this area. And now you can turn on certain game features and do all sorts of different things. So that's really what's cool here for me, is what I'm excited about. Yeah. So who else is excited about that? Yeah, seriously, so much potential for live streaming gaming with this one. Yeah, absolutely. Run an event, live stream it. You know, other people are like watching you pull the levers and stuff, and the other players have to react, and you're observing all of them as, you know, a commentator or whatever. There's a lot of stuff you can do with the NFT gating now, with the NFT sensor, and having the NFT sensor plus being able to have teams, player versus everything, damage to players from stuff. You know, what we showed with PvP, because you can hold items that will damage other players. So you can, you know, run around with, whether it's like a gun or a hammer or something, you can go and attack the other players with those things. I am maybe what we'll check out on Wednesday. I haven't messed with this at all yet. In the gameplay rules, having the triggers for key input and mouse input. Can we make attacks? Can we make a player, you know, press the 1 key, message to send, you know, A1. Can we have this output to deal damage to people in the area of a certain player? I'll need to mess around with it and see exactly what happens, but I know we can respawn items to tags. So if we can we spawn an item on death to a tag? Edit logic. Respawn to tag. So if we give, because we can tag players and tag teams, we could kill an item with a message and have it spawn to a player location and deal messages. And if you trigger those in the right order, the right way, you could do area damage around a player to enemy teams. There's a lot of possibilities here, and it's not as like easy and convenient as just PvP where you swipe the sword and it attacks another player. But yeah, it's pretty cool. There's so much to explore with this. Play Game for Fun says, by the way, on Sandbox website in assets, I only see my creations, but not those airdropped or purchased. Do they have a separate tab? So there's like two separate menus. 1 second. Let me log in to my regular account here. Okay, so if you go to your profile, you should see under assets, there's wallet, which should be any items you own, whether you've made them or whether they've been airdropped or whether you've bought them. Any items in your wallet, both on layer 1 and layer 2 from the sandbox, should show up under wallet assets here. Workspace is specifically unminted assets that you've made. So obviously, my wallet's got 940 items. A whole bunch of those are items that I've made, but anything that I've minted doesn't show up in the workspace. The workspace is before minting. And then on sale is items you've listed for sale. And then you can also, this is the public view though. So this is your profile that anybody can look at this. But if you go to your, you click on your account name, Workspace has assets here. And again, this is just items that are not minted. But it does show your catalysts, and then it also shows your experiences. Okay? Play Game for Fun says, yes, looks like I'm blind. That's all right. Okay. So thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to go see if there's anybody that we can raid. I feel like we learned a lot today. I learned a lot. There were a few things that I already knew that I wanted to share, and then I think our experiments. Oh yes, checking Cobbleland. Thank you for the reminder. I did forget about that. Let's go to experiences and see if that loads up. How is it spelled? 2 B's. Cobbleland Austin Nova Cup. Oh, and I need to switch my account back over. Log in. All right, play. It says there's 952 plays on it, so obviously some people have been able to play it. This might be a scenario like what we were talking about before, where people have needed to delete their game cache. Although it's weird if other experiences are loading and not this one. No, created by Smobbler. We like Smobbler. Ooh. That's a pretty cool... What are these prizes? 4 through 10th place. Get a Steam Jam Pack. Oh, M-Sand Steam Jam Pack NFT. I think this equipment is like the coolest prize out of all these things. Okay, I was able to load in. So I'm in here. And ooh, big robots. Oh, Lucas is gonna be mad he missed this. Giant robots. Looks kind of like a Gundam. A little bit. Or not a Gundam, a Transformer. The face reminds me of Transformers. This is pretty. But I mean, I don't expect any less out of Smobbler. Smobbler's a really good studio. Am I about to get hit by a train? The gates go down, but there is no train. There is a train! Oh no! Oh. Am I in the train? I'm under the train. Where am I? I'm stuck. Oh, I'm in the train. Let me out. There we go. All right, that was a fun little detour. So yeah, it's loading for me. Now, this does look very big. It's a 2x2, and there's a lot of assets. So if we look at the profiler here, it says it's running at 28 FPS for me. Now, I am playing in 4K. Sometimes that makes a difference. Well, it didn't really fix my frame rate. So while I'm streaming, I do get lower FPS just because my graphics card is only a 2070 Super. So between 4K gaming and streaming, it's a little bit much for it to be doing both at the same time. Let's see, GPU says optimal, so obviously we're not our GPU's not taking that big of a hit, but it is using 1.7 gigabytes of RAM. That is pretty high. I mean, not pretty high for Sandbox standard, but I mean, if you've only got 4 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, if you've got other things running, that could cause issues for you. RAM is not an issue for me at all, so you know, it doesn't really matter on the RAM side. CPU is usually where I get bottlenecked on these things if there's a lot of behaviors and a lot of animated assets. So yeah, it could be that, but what we suggested before was getting this folder, the TSB gaming folder. So I'm going to paste this in the chat just so you have it. It's a C drive, users, whatever your username is, app data, local low, TSB gaming. You can delete everything in this folder. And usually that fixes crashing that you have. So give that a shot. If it's still crashing after that, you might try raising a support ticket. They'll probably ask you for your log, which is also in that same folder that I just shared. It's a player.log file that's in there. It looks like it's going to be actually in the game, in the Sandbox folder, which is the game client. This is player.log right here. So that might say why it's crashing. But if it's only happening on this experience and not the other ones, I feel like it might be more of like a RAM issue than anything else, because you know, the number of assets that are on the map could be impacting it for you. So best of luck with that, and you know, raise the ticket on our Discord if it keeps happening. They might be able to help you. They may even ping me. Is there somebody in this car? There's like somebody's... Are you stealing this car? What are you doing? I love this car though. Look how cute these car assets are. This is a really, really pretty car. All right. I'm going to try to find somebody to raid here. Let's see if there's anybody streaming the Sandbox right now besides me. Did we just stream for 4 hours? We started at 2, right? How is it already 6? We did so much today. On Windows, if you type $, or not $, percentage, app data, percentage, it starts you there. Only 3 hours and 52 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not that long. Not even close to 4 hours. Okay, I don't see anybody else playing the Sandbox right now. Let's double check because the Sandbox, the old name for the game, sometimes persists. I see an entanglement stream. Are they actually playing right now? I see entanglement is live, but there's nobody streaming. Is that? No, they're never there. Oh, that stinks. All right. Well, I don't see anybody else streaming Sandbox stuff. Anybody we're following? Looks like everybody we're following is offline. All right. Well, we are going to call it a night then. Just one last thing before I go. Make sure you're following the Council Tech on Twitter. Because Joe is going to have his first GMAE good morning, afternoon, and evening stream Wednesday before our regular Wednesday Sandbox stream. So make sure you follow the Council Tech. It's just the Council, but the Council was already taken. So it's at the Council Tech because, somebody else already had that name. So make sure you follow the Council on Twitter. And Joe's going to be starting the GMAE stream on Wednesday. I think either an hour or 2 hours before my usual Wednesday stream. So keep an eye there. Links to the Twitch and stuff will be going out. And hope to see you there. Have a great weekend, everybody.